Hello, everybody.
Oh, we already live?
Yes, we're live. Today's been crazy.
I don't even have the video up yet.
Pinch me like a hooligan. He screamed in my ear.
That should be a song.
Pinch me like a
Pinch
hooligan.
me like a hooligan.
That's the exact same tone I was thinking in my head, too.
Here I am.
Yeah. Pinch me like a hooligan.
I got Kenny Loggins stuck in my head.
What?
How to work
Down, 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 pinch me like a hooligan. I don't know how you do that one.
I don't know either, but I was working out, I was thinking the danger zone. I'm thinking, I'm going to get in this danger zone, God damn it.
Hello, everyone.
Gosh. That's my theme.
What the
Okay.
hell is your theme?
Because I'm Tom Gunn.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I'd be interested in what
so-
a trivia in that movie.
Back when I did like streams, I don't know if I did it for Blind Wave, but when I did my own A Top Gun stream,
Yeah, when you had one viewer. I remember this.
I had more than one. I slowly built up to like 10 or something at one point.
Because I was on 3 or 4 computers for you.
No, you didn't. You didn't even watch. You don't even watch now.
I don't watch, but I put the computer on there for you. I did it multiple. Me and Eric would talk about it. Yeah,
We go to the
Anyway.
library and do like 16 computers.
Oh, would you?
And
The
you start
library?
crying.
Yeah,
I
I
can't
would-
believe I got 16.
I would do
Oh,
like my computer at the house and do the
so
phone.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. But I would play the Danger Zone like as my intro song a lot of times,
Yeah.
like in the beginning, just cause. So sad.
Alrighty.
Just cuz.
Well, what's up, everybody?
How you doing?
Hello.
We have these glowing radioactive bags in front of us.
We do. Explain.
In front of my glowing
so-
radioactive
There's
face.
a note.
There's a note. Baba brought these.
Yep.
Yeah.
It says super secret treat stream.
Super secret treats.
The nachos are for Eric. You guys can figure out the rest. Hope
Really?
it's good, Brendan.
I have a bad feeling
Brendan,
that
goddamn it.
they're all nachos.
All right, Brendan.
That would be great.
Now, Baba just sent us what all is here.
Okay. Well, we appreciate
So
it.
we
Yeah,
also-
that's really. So he sent her money and she got us lunch. That's awesome. So there is nachos. There's
That looks
there's a
wonderful.
melt. There's an original.
Where's this from?
The townhouse.
Townhouse.
The townhouse. So there's the nachos. There's a townhouse melt, townhouse original, grilled cheese, turkey melt.
Here's this looks like a grilled cheese thing.
This was the heaviest one.
Interesting.
nachos.
Interesting. Now
Looks so
I know a
fucking
lot of
good.
you were thinking like, "This is how you're starting a podcast, eating." Yeah, because we're hungry. Also, we're gonna be seeing Detective
Wait, so
Pikachu
what are
later.
they?
Don't spoil it.
I just said it.
I know. Damn it, this one's upside down. Who did this?
So there's the townhouse
That's not.
nachos.
Okay.
There's a townhouse melt,
Okay.
a townhouse original, a grilled cheese, and a turkey melt.
Shit. How about it? Damn it.
I stole this one.
I like turkey.
Jalapenos.
I imagine that's turkey.
Ooh, oh my gosh, so much salsa.
Well, thank you, Brendan. Thank you
stole this
so
one.
much.
Thank you, Brendan.
Yeah.
Brendan,
Brendan,
you're a
thank
good
you
man.
very much.
Hopefully you're getting those gains.
This was organized.
He attempted the keto diet.
Didn't he
but
get us Taco
like
Bell one time?
many,
He did.
Calvin, I will split this in half with you because I don't think Shane's gonna do it. I'll take half of that. You can take half of this,
What do you mean?
or you
mean-
can just have a grilled cheese.
I also only want half of mine.
Oh,
At most.
okay. I'll take half of that. No,
At most.
at most.
Brendan, you're a good man. He recently tried the keto diet and
Shane snagged that one.
crashed and burned.
That was the first one he opened.
It was, and I said, I'm eating this right now.
So that one's just grilled cheese.
Okay.
Yeah. You crank that one. Well, that one's
It's a little
fine,
tiny bit
actually.
better now.
It's yeah, it's better.
But
Sorry,
anyway,
everybody.
well, thank you, Brendan. This is really cool.
Thank you very
We
much.
appreciate
This
it.
is awesome.
Good stuff.
All right.
So while you guys are
Sorry.
You like that
stuffing your
one?
face, we
that-
can go ahead and start with a little video we have here.
Oh, I was going to say
Awesome,
my
thank
favorite
you.
thing of the week was this.
Yes.
Yeah,
Let me eat this half here.
pretty awesome.
We
Thought you were gonna
have.
start giggling like that one Korean guy opening the noodles, Eric.
I love that guy.
He was Swedish.
No.
I gotta go fix it to make it work.
Oh, it's broken, guys. Hang on one second. Rick
Okay,
is gonna
so
fix it.
earlier today, what happened with Aaron's confusion?
No, why does it matter? We don't have to. We can
No,
talk about.
we
we
should
gotta
talk
talk
about
about
it.
it.
Yeah.
This
I
is
feel like
like-
it's going to be referenced
we should,
a lot.
we should discuss things that matter.
This is hilarious. We need Rick, though, to bring up a picture of him.
Why?
Because it's important.
It's not important. If anything, it just means that I just don't notice.
That's what it means.
No, that's not.
Aaron
what it
doesn't
means.
celebrate.
That's not what it means.
Aaron doesn't like to celebrate the cultural
It's
differences.
the funniest thing of my week
don't.
for sure.
I don't.
Okay, so explain, Shane.
Well, first of all, Rick, Rick, maybe you should start because you were talking about a Chinese guy in a suit or something.
Well, we were talking about the Darth Vader fan film
This was yesterday.
yesterday, yeah. And I mentioned, like, he looks big, like Darth Vader looks.
Like a big European David Prowse,
Yeah.
bodybuilder. Yes.
But also a really good like fighter.
And
I
Rick
was like,
said, you can tell it's not some little Asian guy in a suit. I'm like, we all laughed. I'm like, it could be like a big Asian guy in a suit. How could you tell? He's got a mask.
yeah.
We laughed, whatever. And then it was brought back in today. Okay. And then what did Aaron? You want to go ahead? Because I came in at the tail end of it.
I don't remember this event at all, so I'm not sure.
Aaron, come on.
Well, basically what happened was Aaron not being able to tell specifically.
Well, no, yeah, Aaron. We were talking about. Well, who's that guy? That big Chinese guy. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, I don't know. What the word you said?
Jonas?
Juntas. Who's that big Chinese Juntas? I looked at him like, what the hell are you talking about? He's like, the guy plays Chewie. I said, huh? You mean the new guy? I'm like, he's white. He's like, yeah, he's not.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's so white. He's like Captain America.
He's
got
fucking
squished under a bus, and now he's
yeah.
spinned out.
Yeah, he's Scandinavian. And I brought up this picture. I'm like, you tell me that looks like a Chinese man.
Aaron's like, I don't see race.
I was like,
Yeah. Aaron's like, I don't get it, Shane. I mean, he says
You were like-
racist words all
You're
the
like,
time.
what about Yao Ming? He's tall. I'm like, yes, but he's different.
Yeah, I mean, you were just trying to I don't know what you were trying
well,
to do.
for him, I said,
This is like the mechanic story.
for him, I was like, I don't know. He could be 10% Asian. I have no idea.
That man is a Scandinavian, proud Aryan man. All right.
Well,
Damn it, Rick.
Turn it down.
You touched it.
so anyway, that was a source of great delight for us.
So we sat down and laughed about Aaron, I mean, his argument was Yao Ming's fucking tall. You know what I mean?
That wasn't my argument.
Well,
You said that, though.
It was a supporting argument.
Well, yeah, but I was
to
like,
the other ludicrous argument.
I was like, you guys look at me like, no. And I thought you guys like pushing like, they can't be tall. I'm like, Yao Ming is. You're like, you thought that tall guy was Asian?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, like that one guy.
Well, to be fair, when I brought the picture up, Aaron's like, I guess he doesn't look Asian.
I was like, no, he doesn't look Asian. Because you're like, you saying this guy looks Asian? I'm like, no, he doesn't.
You're confusing him with Donnie Yoon and Rogue One or something.
I don't know. This is a rough day.
Donnie Yen.
Yeah. I don't see. He didn't see race. I don't see last names.
All right, so while you guys are chowing down, Cobb has finished the series. It's the end game of learning the alphabet
We're missing Aaron.
with Aaron Elliott.
Oh, man.
I'm excited. I hope D is death.
I hear Smash Brothers.
Yep. Shane, you want to jump up and get that?
Yeah.
Very
you.
mild spoilers for.
Punisher.
Oh, okay.
Hurry up, Shane. Quick. Quick as you please.
Yeah.
As when you quickly please do it. All right.
I love these nachos, but I can't eat them quietly.
All right.
Man.
We're almost ready.
Shane grabbed a little one, and it was attached. And rather than giving up or pulling harder, he just took all of it.
You gotta put your headphones on if you're gonna hear. And
Good, Shane.
Here we go.
A is for
Sorry, I know it hurt. Hurt too.
That hurt so bad.
B is for C is for D is for
Shit. Yeah, there was.
Yeah, he killed a bunch of people. Death.
He's just killing
Oh,
bad people.
I remember this one.
Yeah.
Stood in America and killed someone in Mexico.
He was laying down in America.
It goes on for like 30 seconds.
He strangled a guy in an airport.
I'm still going.
I forget the exact rules, but it could possibly have been international territory.
I don't wear ties.
Dead ties.
Dead ties. But I always carry a knife.
And death.
You cut it?
Yeah.
Guys,
One batch.
I was
He only gets to D.
So you weren't listening at all. Because they're having a conversation.
Yeah, because your conversation is boring.
E is for
Eric, I think you might want to use your head a little differently.
Oh, this.
Huh?
Huh? Why are we talking to you? I didn't know you're here.
So like Eric, you
I
wanna
didn't even
use
say
your-
Eric. I said
G
Herc.
is for
I love that.
H is for
Hiatus,
I is for J is for
Justicing.
K is for
kitty.
L is for
League of Legends.
M is for
Oh, my nose!
N is for
Neat. Neat, Eric.
O is for
Oh my god.
P is for
Please, please, please.
Q is for
Quit, I don't no, quit.
Ah,
Quit.
That's when
R
it
is
broke.
Yeah.
for S is for
No.
T is for
tentacles are already going in the back door, Eric.
U is for
Yeah.
V is for
Vincent Doctor stuff.
W is for
Why? Ow.
X is for
X-wing.
Y is for
It's not hump day like hump day.
Yeah.
It's like hump like a camel.
sister that.
Z is for
You prematurely zip stripped it.
Oh, that's good. you should tell your sister.
That was a really good one. Yeah.
That was good.
There was a lot of iconic Aaron moments.
Iconic, I guess.
Neat.
Neat. Neat. It's just half the time it's me impersonating people impersonating me.
But when does it become the true you?
And the one that said Eric wasn't.
Sounds like you say Eric.
I didn't say. I said Herc. 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 You need to not use your head like that. And Eric walked over. He's like,
I'm
"What?"
like, huh?
I'm like,
You're like, nothing. Go away.
You didn't
I
even
didn't
know
talk to
he
you.
was
"You're
here,
like, are you
right?
talking to me?" I'm like, "Why are we talking to you? I didn't even know you were there." All right. Well, good job, Cobb.
Good job. Thank
I
you,
think when
Cobb.
Aaron says neat, like in real life, it's one of the greatest. Yeah, it's really neat.
Oh, that was neat.
I mean, Jesus.
I mean, Jesus.
Otherwise, this 30-year-old man just says neat.
Was Jesus neat?
He's very neat.
Monty Pie says,
He
by
drank
law
everything neat.
of food, Eric deserves a bite from Shane's sandwich. LOL.
A is for apple.
You won that death rant for a while.
Okay, come on.
What
we
a-
gotta use the fucking rest. Just your slobber on
Oh,
it.
man.
That's 2 bites.
Now by law, if Shane gets another nacho.
I can do this all day.
That was for the yeah,
I know.
Thank you, Cobb. That was great. Enjoyed that quite a bit.
Oh, Mongoose says, LOL, tell my what?
All right, so best thing of the week. I wasn't here last week, so I don't know exactly what you guys talked about. But you finally got to talk about the movie commentaries and reactions, I imagine.
We did.
Because we wanted to talk about that the week before,
Yep.
but we couldn't.
Yep. And then last week for us also was Endgame and stuff too, right? Because that was the Thursday evening after podcast.
Calvin, I can't talk. I need Calvin to pick one of these damn sandwiches so I can eat the other one.
Oh, I thought you were gonna eat all of one.
That's fine with me. But I was offering this because you got just a grilled cheese.
Yes, thank you. I
Guys,
would like that.
We haven't done the Chapter 2 It trailer. Maybe we'll try to do that before we do Detective Pikachu tonight.
There's some mayonnaise.
Okay. And
'Cause I
someone
saw
can have
some
half
people
of this
asking
as well if they
Yeah.
want.
But yeah, best things of the week. Anybody have anything? I
We-
love the tree stream.
We had a game night.
Tree stream is awesome.
I always enjoy game nights. It was always a highlight for me. It was Dixit.
Biscuit.
I don't want to spoil anything about it, particularly the outcomes. But I was very excited.
Especially the ending.
I have no idea what you mean.
No, it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun game. If you haven't checked it out, Dixit, A Picture's Worth 1,000 Words, is a great game for almost anyone. Kids, old people, good stuff.
But not me.
But not you. But not us.
Almost everyone.
Yesterday, Leon is his first year doing baseball. You okay over there, Eric?
I'm good. If it's all put together, it's like one big nacho.
What's on that?
It's like a flaccid penis going in your mouth
Yeah, good.
Why
give me
would-
more. I want two.
with onions.
But anyway, Leon started doing baseball this year. His first year doing it, obviously. So I've been trying to get him to get better, understand what's going on and everything. And he's batting now, where he's actually swinging the bat. He hasn't hit it yet, but he's gotten on base almost every time, either by watching the ball and swinging at good ones and not swinging at bad ones,
Yeah.
or by getting hit by the ball.
Sure.
But
Aw.
last night he had a game, and both times he was at a full count, 3-2, and he held off on a bad ball, let it go by, got to base, and both times he got in. So he got 2 points in one game, which was cool. It was the first time he scored
That's good.
anything.
They both use actually the same skills, watching the ball and judging. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just got to pump a little timing and coordination there to hit it. But
Yeah.
you got to watch the ball.
So I'm glad he's getting the swing. But we took him to a batting cage. That's what it was. The coach, all the fields got flooded. I think because we had that water main break, and there's just water pouring out or something. Because it was that same time they flooded the field, but it hadn't rained. I don't know what happened. But the coach had like 4 kids that he brought to the batting cages down there by the fields, and he pitched like 2 buckets to Leon, getting him like practicing on swinging and everything like that, and he got some hits on that and whatever. And I know Melly loved it, but it was really cool because he's like, all right, so how was that? Did you like that? He's like, it was amazing. And I was like, oh, cool. He enjoyed it. And he's like, I want to play baseball again next year. So he's like, the coach is like, good.
That's cool.
Because he has 17 kids. There's 5 of them that have played baseball before.
Really?
Wow.
So he has so many brand new kids on this team, and they were only going to have 13, but then a bunch of late people came in.
Yeah, I was one of those.
You were one of those?
I mean, I just got the paperwork in late. I actually said I was going to coach before signups, but I just didn't get my son's thing in there. Yeah.
So not only does he have a lot of kids, he has a lot of kids that don't know how to play, So he's been really patient, pretty good about trying to give everyone a chance. He's put Leon on like second base and stuff too to try to get him, a company to just playing, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times he's in outfield, just because he's newer. That's where they
Yeah.
put him.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so that's been good.
Dude, that water main break fucked me up on Saturday.
Fucked me up too.
Because
Oh, yeah.
I took like a nap, like a Saturday nap. Oh, I love naps so much. But I took a nap. I woke up like at 8 p.m. It was like a 4-hour nap. It was fantastic. Woke up at 8 p.m. I'm like, fuck, I'm hungry. I'm going to go get something. I started driving around. Everything was closed. The sun was still up. I was like, what the hell happened? Like, everything was closed. There was like nobody on the street. I thought like I slept the apocalypse. I knew it, Yeah, it was crazy. But then I was like, what the hell is going on? I finally like stopped at a gas station and asked somebody. I was like, oh yeah, there's no water anywhere. Well, okay, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah,
I had water at my
me too.
place.
Yeah, probably the best part of my week was the water came back. Because there was one break, and they had a bull advisory for like 2 days, and then like 6 hours after they said, hey, the water's safe again, like they had another boil advisory. So it was
Yeah.
like 5 days we didn't have water anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That fucked me
that
up.
got
That
me Monday morning.
Well, fuck
Yeah.
yeah, that fucked me up here, man.
Yeah.
Cause I drank a shit ton of water. I had to spend the night here because of Game of Thrones. So then, like, I realized like my coffee that I filled up from like really late Sunday night or early Monday morning was shit water.
Mhm.
I just drank it anyways. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I was pissed off because I used that for my protein shake.
On Saturday, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was Saturday. Me and Melanie, I think we had a game for Leon or something like that. And then we went back and went to Sam's Club. Went over to Vienna. No, we had the batting cages. That's what we did. We did the batting cages that I was talking about. Then we left, went back home, changed, went to Sam's Club and stuff. And I was thinking about like going over and like spending time doing stuff. I was like, let's do something. I don't have anything to do all day. We'll do some family-oriented something or another. And we went over there, and then Melanie's dad and brother was wanting to take the kids to putt-putt. And I was like, to putt-putt? I was like, I guess so. But that's back in Marietta.
I love putt-putt.
And I was like, and then we got out of Sam's Club. I'm like, it looks like it's going to rain. She's like, well, it should be fine. They'll go over there, do driving range and stuff like that or whatever. I'm like, all right. So we drove. I hurried and got back to Marietta to take them to the putt-putt course. And we get there, and it started to sprinkle now. And then they played on the driving range a little bit for like 20 minutes, hitting the last of their balls, and then got tired of that. The cold, wanted to go. Like, all right, well, we need to get food because I'm hungry. I'll get Qdoba. And I went to go get Qdoba, and they were closed. And I was like, all right, Wendy's. And then I was like, oh, so all these places are closed. So I couldn't find anywhere to eat. Kosterman wanted to get an icy or something like that because I took him to go get an icy.
Mm-hmm.
And then they didn't have that because it was a Speedway, and they didn't have water either. So I'm just driving around, pissed off, hungry, wanting food. I was in Vienna to begin with. I didn't want to come back for a putt-putt that didn't happen because it was raining. So I just drove home still hungry.
So it was a George Costanza day.
There's
Yeah.
a putt-putt in Vienna.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, but
Boaz.
they weren't there.
Oh,
I don't know if it's still open or not. I don't know. I haven't been there in years.
I heard it was amazing, but when you drive by it, it doesn't look amazing.
It's not amazing.
it's not amazing.
Yeah, I've been there a couple times. It's
It's
I mean, it's
serviceable.
putt-putt, but it's like it's not anything. better
It's
than
like as
Marietta
big as
one.
this living room.
Yeah.
You know.
But I felt bad for Melanie. Like, number one, I was hungry. I was grumpy.
Hangry, you mean?
All the stuff that I wanted to eat, I couldn't eat because we're in Marietta now. I could have eaten that in Vienna.
Yeah.
I had to drive back for putt-putt. And it was terrible. It was terrible. So, like, yeah, I understand, like, waking up in the apocalypse, no
Yeah.
food, and not knowing what to do is terrible. And that's because one water main broke. It destroyed,
Yeah.
like, most of Marietta.
Well, I mean, it is a main.
Hope it doesn't happen during
Dude,
WaveCon.
It's
Melanie-
literally a first world problem that happened to us.
Yeah.
We don't
what
have
the
running
hell do we
water
do?
for a second.
I can't get my coffee in
Dude,
the
we have-
morning.
Dude, we have boil advisories and Lowell so much we just ignore it now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Melanie told
Jeez.
me that she was told that on that weekend or whatever it was, the water main broke, so they didn't have toilets. So the movie theater brought in the porta potties or porta johns, right?
Mm-hmm.
And set them out so that people could use the bathroom and they could stay open and not be too much of an inconvenience. And there were people apparently that were watching Endgame, and 2 hours into it, the health people came in and shut them down for not having running water. And they didn't just shut down concessions; they shut down all of it.
Oh, wow.
So these people came in to watch Endgame, got 2 hours into it, and then couldn't finish it.
This is a Marietta?
Yeah,
Jesus.
I bet
it's because of the water main. They shut it down.
But as soon as that
That's
happened,
terrible.
I would slit their throat.
the health
The
inspectors.
health inspector?
Hell yeah.
I bet as soon as it went out, the health inspectors like rubbing their hands together, being like, "Oh yeah, it's our time."
God.
But I'm like, I understand if they shut down concessions, but why shut down the movie?
Well, because I mean, they can't have restrooms, right?
There's restaurants outside.
Yeah, there's porta potties out there. Go outside.
Okay.
Be out there.
All right.
So I don't
I
know.
always saw it as a sign of weakness, anyways.
I thought that sounded ridiculous.
At Marietta College, we would lose water in like our building a lot, so you'd have to go all the way to another building, take a shit.
Yeah.
Just never.
When
took
did
a
you
shit.
start taking public shits, Rick? Because I know you didn't do it 10 years ago.
Hell, I didn't do it. I used to not like going to the bathroom at my grandma's. I would,
Well,
and my
yeah.
grandma's was 2 hours away, and I would hold it to go home.
Well, you know, I'm really weird at taking the shit out of other people's house. Like,
Yeah.
well, especially when I was younger. Like, that's a no-no to me. Especially like if you're at a girl's house. You don't want to do that. But I had no problem. Like, I would leave someone's house to go to like a gas station or anywhere else. But like my friend's house that I didn't know very well. You know, what I'm saying, or if,
Yeah.
oh man. So
Well-
I remember Rick was like, I don't take. He went as far to say, I don't take shits, Shane.
Nope.
Period.
There were two different instances. One I remember very clearly, which was the taking a shit at someone else's house. I was over at my friend Kelly's house
Because I'm,
Yeah.
done eating.
with his first wife, and
Yeah, too. I'm just
second wife, second wife.
okay.
And we were playing werewolf out by a campfire, and I all of a sudden knew I had terrible diarrhea sitting at this campfire.
All of a sudden.
Diarrhea just triggered it.
So
Triggered
I was
that
like,
fear,
well,
yeah.
gotta do it. I gotta excuse myself. I gotta walk all the way to this house, and I gotta shit for minutes. It was terrible.
Minutes.
It was one of the worst of my entire life.
I know those shits.
I always shit for minutes.
The bell.
I think the food's here.
I was
And
worried about.
For every additional minute it takes,
More food, Eric. Is this your doing?
I think someone sent a tree string.
for every
they did.
additional minute it takes, I'm more and more worried about what they think I'm doing in there.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I shit fast. That's why I've always shit fast, baby.
Well,
Yeah.
if I, like here, I don't care, right? But if I go to like somewhere else, like someone's house,
You
whatever,
don't want
like I'm trying to.
You don't
hurry.
want to drop this.
Huh?
I was like, hello, and I hit the button. It was the bomb. Like, I got it.
Okay. Okay.
But no, the when we went to the normies, because like that's been out now, right?
Oh my God! Yeah,
When,
just
when we went to the normies, I went in their bathroom and I had to poop.
You blew up the normie's
I
bathroom?
had
you
to.
dropped the fucking bomb.
I had to.
Jesus, Aaron, what's the matter
My,
with you?
I had all,
uncouth.
I had all those ribs and all that meat.
Yeah, it's your fault.
I
It's not like
had
they
to.
forced it down your throat.
I know. I didn't know how much it was gonna be. You guys told me 4 ounces wasn't that much meat.
Yeah, but they
No.
had 4 ounces.
I didn't
It was
know.
16 ounces total. You just didn't read the whole description.
I know.
to
I
us.
did read it, but you said 4 ounces wasn't that much. I'm like, oh, good thing there's 4 of them. But anyway, I went in there and I had to use the bathroom, and I took a dump in there, and then
How do you live with yourself?
Hang on. After I was done, I stood up, right, and I looked to flush, and the toilet lid was ajar, and I was like, "Oh shit, what's wrong with this toilet?"
Oh.
But luckily, there was nothing wrong with it.
Thank you, Dababa.
Look, switch to that camera. Show Dababa. Look at her. But luckily it flushed just fine. But for a minute, I freaked out and thought it was gonna be like a Dumb and Dumber kind of moment. I'm like, oh my god, I cannot have this happen at the Normies. I'm gonna have to scoop this out into a
They're gonna
something.
think we did
You
it
had
on
to
purpose.
put in the calendar
You're gonna
box.
scoop it out, and they would have caught you.
They would have.
holding shit.
They would have.
And
Yeah,
being
like
I'll
"Get
tell you
out."
what. Like,
Aaron, is everything okay? That toilet doesn't work.
dude, fuck yeah, dude. Our buddy Mike, his little brother, we had this huge party, right? And he was like in 5th grade, and we were all like juniors. You know what I mean? Yeah. And he took a shit at this person's house, all right? And we was in the bathroom forever. And I'm like, I bet he's in her jacket off. So we started knocking on the door and shaking it. And he's like, leave me alone. You know what I mean? Jared kicked open the door, and he's on his knees, like this, with his
like elbow deep.
elbow deep in the toilet, like where's the camera at, right? So I walked in, we kicked open the door, and he was like, looking like that, like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh. And what happened was the toilet plugged up, and he like was so damn embarrassed. There was no plunger in there, so he was trying to like use his hand to get the shit out of there.
Like in the U-bend.
Yeah, like he was like deep, and his pants underwear was to his knees.
He didn't even.
So he was sitting there, ass out, you know what I mean, balls in the back hanging there. And oh man, it was gotta be the most embarrassing. I bring it up every time I see him, which is probably twice a year at weddings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, hey man, remember when you took a shit and got plugged up, and 25 people caught you there on your knees with your hand in the toilet? He's like, yeah. So that.
That's a character building moment.
Never
right
had
there.
one of those moments.
It's the kind of thing you waste up in the middle of the night.
That or a sore bicep, Calvin.
Well, also, we appreciate who else sent the
Yeah,
Twitch
yeah.
stream?
Let's find that out.
Oh yeah, I need to get a drink of this Pepsi. Rick, you're not gonna eat that half the sandwich?
No.
I'll eat it.
God, no.
Damn it! All
Jesus.
right, fuck.
But it was good. Thank you, Brendan.
Yes,
We
but it was delicious.
I had the kindness of my heart, gave a good piece of sandwich. Now Calvin's gotten 3.
Cody.
I was gonna cut
Well,
it in
thank you,
half.
damn it.
Cody
you,
sent us
Cody.
this.
Cody.
Yeah. Thank you, Cody.
Thank you, Cody.
Thank you, Cody.
Thank you very
Appreciate
much.
it.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
This will be our lunch dinner before we go see the movie.
Yes.
As long as Melanie doesn't show up and ask me if I want to have dinner, I'm like, fuck yeah, sure, let's go
Yeah.
have a burger. I'm full.
Have you guys ever caught anyone like having sex in the bathroom? Like a public restroom or
Yeah.
anything?
No, but there was
I've definitely done that.
Yeah.
Caught myself. I'm like, what am I doing?
what was it, Shane? E3. There was E3. I was walking from like our hotel room
yeah.
to Shane's hotel room, and I got to a point in the hall where I just heard. I heard it.
Oh, I remember that.
I
He
know.
had a kid to me, and he looked,
I'm
makes
like-
sure no, like you and Rick were in there. Hey Shane, come here. You know, and he just tells me.
It was just,
Yeah, it was like a loud moaning. Yeah.
It was loud. And it wasn't just moaning. It was just loud, and then I heard him, and I heard her, and I heard like a. Like, I heard it. I heard all of it. I'm like, geez. All right.
Stop.
You ever do that in school?
I don't know how it was so loud. They're like, the door wasn't open.
They
not
get
like
those
it's
big cracks
Well,
under the
sometimes
doors.
when we
Metal
fuck,
doors.
it's not like a whimper.
Yeah.
I guess.
What's happening to me? Sorry.
Why?
No, it's real safe. I mean, I've caught plenty of people having sex. I mean, a couple of those been
Yeah,
on
that's
the
why I
podcast.
whip open doors.
Catch people red-handed.
Well, a couple of, the Third Street house. I remember walking in up to our bedroom, and like, our buddy Cody be up there. I'm like, oh, sorry, hey, it's all right, brother, come on in, man, I don't care. I'm like, hey, no, don't worry about it. Oh yeah.
I caught you enjoy once. I don't know if you even knew, but like,
What the hell was this?
I was
remember
working at the
Eric
college.
walked in on us. Remember that?
and you were in Colonial Terrace,
Yeah, it's when I was living in subsidized housing.
and you said like, okay, come over in like 15 minutes. It's like 15 minutes. I come over, and I'm opening the door, and you guys are having sex. I'm like, well, all right. I close the door.
Like in front of you or like back in their bedroom? Because there was like that couch was
it
there.
was on the couch.
Well, I know one time we were doing it.
What? Why would you? Why?
So I went back in my car.
It's like you orchestrated it.
I just waited.
I thought you waited like by the window, like you.
staring in.
I gave it another 10 minutes. Came back, knocked.
I was already done a minute later. You know?
Like
No, but I remember Eric caught us one time. I was like, just married or something. I'm like, Eric, get the fuck out! And you said, don't you curse me! And I went like, and then you closed the door. I'm like, man, I'm sorry. Yeah, you remember that?
No, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't remember
That's
that.
hilarious.
That's funny.
Yeah, you curse me. And I felt bad. I'm like, oh shit, I should have done that.
Well, yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
I've heard that the Baba's heard us before.
All right.
I mean, it's not me finding somebody, but
Yeah.
there's a moment like she was talking to someone else, and then that person told me. And I was like, so we were a little loud. She went, I just put on my headphones. Oh, that was funny.
As a principal, like my friend had sex on the roof of the high school, and the principal basically caught him. Like they were done,
Yeah.
and like he went up the ladder, and he went up there, like, and he was like, and what'd he say? He says, now, there's no cameras up here, and then they turn around, and he's a principal. But, and actually, he didn't even do anything. He just talked to them, said, you can't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can you imagine just doing that? Like, now there's no cameras up here, but, oh man. So,
I would have been like,
have you caught him
you
while
know there
whacking
are cameras up here.
Have you caught him while whacking off, or been caught whacking off?
I don't.
Myself. I just
Yeah,
what,
I've caught
what
you.
the hell have I been doing?
Caught you one time.
How would you ever catch me whacking off?
You invited me over to your house one time to watch Lost.
You said come
Was
over.
I-
You said come over in 15 minutes.
That's his move.
And then
Yeah, that's how it gets people.
and then you were just sitting on the couch. jacking off.
No, he was
It's
back
like a
in his computer
variation
room.
of the Naked Man.
Well, damn.
Jacking man.
I don't remember whacking off.
I did the same thing as Rick.
Well, I don't remember whacking off. Like when I started having kids, I started only whacking off in my room or the shower. So, are you sure?
You were home alone, and you're like, "Hey, man, I don't have
Come
work
on over,
today."
and I just start whacking off. Like, well, maybe before Calvin gets here, I'll rub one off.
I don't know, dude.
All right. Well, thanks for telling me.
All right.
I'm sorry about that. Well,
No, it's fine. I just
we caught my cousin. I can't say his name. I guess he whacking off. And what happened was he was in the bathroom because it was just like this crappy house, and it was one of those things. All right, guys, we're going here. Don't bother me. Like, okay, I know what that means. All right. So he's in there forever. So the door had this eye screw hook, and if you hit it hard enough, it would just come open.
Oh, jeez. What's
So
the point of that?
I don't know, but my cousin, Jamie, he kicked open the door and it slammed open, and my cousin was whacking off in the toilet, and he went like that, and there's a window right here, and he broke the window behind him.
Oh,
Yeah, so
you're like actively
Yeah.
trying to catch people.
You told me that one before.
I thought you
Yeah.
meant like
He's
just
like,
like you came across
he
somebody.
broke this fucking window. We're like, oh shit!
I thought you meant like just coming across somebody who's whacking off. Not like I'm gonna find him and catch him. Look at him.
Dear
Shame
diary, it happened again today. I don't know why I keep searching it out.
I know. One,
to happen again tonight, like Dexter.
Yeah.
Tonight's the night.
I know there was one time that I was.
I'm sorry. There was a comment earlier when you were talking about
Yeah.
how you were overheard, and someone was like, "Yeah, Aaron's just screaming, Nate." It was so
Thanks.
funny.
No, I had a. Damn it! There's no lead. Okay,
Thank you,
Kevin.
thank you.
There was one time I remember being at my parents' house, and me and my girlfriend were just covered up, like with a blanket, like
Yeah.
fooling around under the blanket, and then like my sister needed something. My door doesn't lock, and my door didn't shut. It just was a door, and I would shut it, but there was no way to like it didn't latch, didn't lock, nothing. It was just there. So I just would close the door. Anytime anyone could come in, so we were under the
You gotta
blanket.
pile up dirty laundry behind it.
I mean, I guess, but then it
Something.
seems more suspicious. It was never there normally. So,
stick like a boot heel against it and like jam it down against the carpet.
it would be suspicious then, Calvin. So instead, we were under a blanket messing around, and
That's not suspicious.
Like with a movie on.
Yeah.
You know, like we're just
Yeah.
there cuddling, watching a movie.
You know what's weird is like
And-
as parents, because now that we're older,
Yeah.
like you're thinking like in your head, like there's no fucking
They
way.
had to have known.
Yeah, like,
Right?
I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do in a few years. My kids are older.
Like if you walked in,
I'll
on
be
your-
one of those crazy ass dads.
if you walked in on your son and his girlfriend under a blanket watching a movie, you'd probably be like, "What are you doing under the blanket?" But my sister walked in, and we were just laying there under the blanket, just okay. And she asked me something, wanted something, and then like, while that was going on, my mom walked in, and then Dad showed up, and they're just all there. Like,
yeah,
I
maybe
don't-
they're just trying to fuck with you.
I don't even have pants on under this blanket.
Well, see, your parents must be kind of cool. I remember I was with a girl one time. We were watching a movie, but like, you know, like I was in my boxers and she was in my shorts, so we like weren't really doing anything, so like kind of being handsy. My dad came home and just saw us in the living room. He came up and just ripped the fucking blanket off. So what are you guys doing in my house? And luckily we weren't doing anything. I did not have an erection. So this, you know, what I mean? So it was, I was like, oh, thank God. Well, of course, I told the story of my dad. You know, and I think Eric was there when we were camping, and then I had a girl down the woods.
Probably 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, gosh, that was a bad one.
Yep.
I remember I lived in a camper for like a year and a half with a buddy, and then like, you know, it was one of those things. I was, you know, I'd jack off, and you know what I mean, and he would do it, but he lives on the other side of the camper, so I'd have to wait for him not to be there. It was just this weird thing. And then I remember we were talking about it years later. He's like, yeah, I knew when you were doing it because I feel the vibration. I'm like, shit, really? Mm-hmm. God. He's like, I knew when you were doing it too. I'm like, God, you know.
It's humiliating.
It is. But then it, like, I don't know. Then when I got older, it was like one of those things like, all right, guys, we all do it. You know, like, so-and-so is in the bathroom. We live in a house of like 10 of these high school people. Show some respect. Leave them alone. You know what I mean? And it was pretty much that, yeah.
I can't really think of any time catching anybody. I've been caught.
You guys
having sex. That was it. I don't think I ever got caught jacking off.
See, I tell my family now I need to go. Dad needs his alone time, and I take a board game rule book with me.
But inside of it is actually
No, I just read the rules. I can't be disturbed.
He gets off on reading rules.
No, I just can't be disturbed. Concentration. Some of these things are like 70 pages long.
He's like, then you pull out he's like, yeah, I'm just reading the instructions.
Advance the move tracker. Oh, yes.
Add a +2 modifier.
Oh, God. Oh, that'd be funny. No, mine was, I think I've said it before.
Yeah, you've told yours
Right?
before.
Yeah, with Melanie.
It's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Did everyone get through their best things of the week?
This conversation, I guess.
All right, good stuff.
Well, I mean,
good.
like, honestly, for me, what was one of the best? I mean, I'm on a weight training program. It's different than working out. A program is designed so there's a noticeable, measurable improvement every time you do the exercise, right? So it's one of those things where I've done this probably about half a dozen times in my life, and then something happens, I get hurt or I get lazy and I stop. But I'm getting to the point now where I know my genetic limit is starting to come into play.
Creeping up on you?
It's creeping up on me. So I
Getting
introduced
old, Shane.
maybe that too. So I've introduced creatine monohydrate, which is a very well-studied supplement. And I started taking that, and this week I knew it was going to be a very hard week. And Rick actually spotted me. What's going on?
He's pouring liquid.
Oh, okay. So Rick, you spotted me for a few things I thought were going to be like, well, I might need some help, and it wasn't even close, really.
Except for the part of you almost passing out.
Well, I didn't breathe right on one thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I do
No,
that.
but as far as like the weight goes, you were fine.
Yeah. And then Calvin started working out with me, which was cool. And I always want to work out with my friends. So I said, Calvin, come here and lift this. And he did. And I was proud of him. So Calvin started his workout with me. I'll be posting everything he does.
What about your arm?
Well,
My arm is actually better now,
Is it?
for the most part. Like, it's still a little bit stiff. Like, I feel it. But yesterday and the day before, like, I couldn't bend my arm more than this.
What did you do to it?
I had been doing curls and stuff, which I did exactly as many as Shane told me to do.
At how much weight?
20 pounds, 3 sets of 10.
I thought it was 25.
I think it was 20.
Because I remember looking at it going, like, I don't want to say, Calvin, maybe most people don't want to hear, like, you should do less. But, like.
They want to hear that the next day.
Well, I mean, so, like, that's I
don't know.
But I thought it looked like okay, he's pushing himself really hard. That's good, but he might be really sore tomorrow. So I just didn't say anything because I think it's always just better to let people do what they're going to do, kind of. And if they ask, then I'll tell them. You know what I mean? So you look like you're doing it. Look like it's going to hurt him. Like, I bet he's going to be sore the next day. Next day, he's like, guys, I fucked up my arm.
Yeah. I had woken up like 1 a.m. that night, and my arm was cramping like crazy. And like the muscle was just locked up. So just to get back to sleep, had to massage it for like a solid 15 minutes just to get the muscle to halfway relax so I could fall asleep. And I woke up like an hour later, it was locked up again. It was
I just
terrible.
imagine like waking up and being like, ah! And then Shane whips in the door looking for.
Whips off his belt. Like,
David's not a caught you, Calvin.
He's trying,
I can catch you like you caught me.
My favorite thing, one of my favorite things of the week is when like Calvin came in with his arm, and it was, I forget how it was worded, but you're like, man, I pulled my muscle, and I was like, doing what? You're like, I don't know, it was in my sleep, and you're like, in your sleep, like I roll around a lot. I was like,
you're working. That's
you
why you're
what?
tired, Calvin. You're working out in your sleep.
It's like,
Well-
what do you mean you pulled your muscles in your sleep?
Happy birthday, Insane, in the chat.
Oh, happy
Oh,
birthday.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I had a couple things I forgot. Best things of the week. I played The Witcher again this Monday for the
Yeah.
first time
Sorry.
for a while.
You're right.
A pepper.
A lot of liquid.
I had intended to do the D&D prep stream, but Evelyn had been sick, and I was up with her all night. It's like, I can't be creative and think, so I'm just going to play something else. What could I play? I'll play The Witcher.
Sekiro.
No.
And
Someone
I-
need to play that game.
I'll have my usual 12 people watching me. It was great. I was like at the climax of the game, which I didn't realize I was. Some of the most awesome moments in the game that I've had
And you
so far.
Did you forget how to play? So you're at the climax. You're like, I
It
don't
wasn't
really
too
remember.
bad. I died once for a pretty hilarious reason. So I was on my way to the quest, and there were these like treasure chests in the water. Like smugglers will hide some of their stuff in the waters of the world. And so I saw these. I was like, ha, gonna get this. So I go down, and I'm in front of the treasure chest under the water. And there's no like open prompt. And you have like a breath, right? And it's been so long, I can't remember, like, you know, in most games, your health will slowly start to tick down. So I'm like, well, I'm not going back up for air. I'm going to get these treasures. My air ticks all the way down, immediately die. I'm like, damn it! Death counter +1.
Yeah.
And I don't think I died again the whole time. But
I think it makes more sense for you to die immediately after your breath counter because you would pass out and then you would asphyxiate. You would kill yourself by being unconscious underwater.
it was
I mean,
really
a D&D
funny,
game.
just because I was so confident of like, I'm going to be fine. And immediately died.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun. I will play that again next Monday. And might finish the main campaign, and then there's 2 DLCs to do.
And what time do you stream Monday?
10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that was fun. And it wasn't fun, but it's kind of funny. I was at the viewing for my great-grandmother last week, and while I was doing that, one, it was interesting seeing my daughter Evelyn's reaction, who's 5, who had been to viewings and funerals before, but had been too young, and to see, like, all the questions and stuff she was asking. She was most curious about looking at the pictures of my grandmother. She couldn't understand why her hair changed colors.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the most thing. But I was there talking to family, and I got a call from my stepdad, who wasn't there. And the only time my stepdad calls me is when something terrible has happened, or he's trying to get a gift from my mom. Pretty much.
Okay.
So I see this, I'm like, well, shit.
You don't want any bad news.
So I answer it.
But Mother's Day's coming up.
Yeah, it wasn't that.
Oh, damn. Okay.
No. He said, well, I just want to let you know, your Uncle Jason has been in a car wreck. He was rammed off the road. Car flipped over. He's in the hospital. And there's like this long pause. But he's going to be just fine.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Thanks, Dad. Bye.
Yeah. You,
That's why I always start out like, I just want you to know that this person's okay, but this happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So,
Like, I remember when my friend's dad had a heart attack, and his mom came in, like, your dad just had a heart attack. He survived it, and that's how she did it.
yeah.
So I'm like,
It was like
It's like they enjoy scaring you
Who's that
when they know
doctor?
there's no
I don't
stakes
know.
around.
I mean, how do you practice for that kind of thing, though? You know what I mean?
Sure.
there's a doctor from something.
Arrested Development.
Is that what it
Yeah, I
is?
was
Yeah.
going to say Arrested
Doctor
Development.
It's the
comes in
one
like,
doctor is
right.
like,
he
well,
comes in, he's like, well,
we lost him.
we lost him.
Oh my God, Papa Bear.
Yeah, we don't know where we don't know where he went. We've searched the hospital everywhere.
Yeah.
He's
And he
gone.
does that multiple times.
Yeah. Through the series.
Yeah,
it's great.
Oh, it's so great. Yeah. Oh gosh, I love
Yeah,
Arrested
he got away from us.
He doesn't look great. He's yeah, you probably don't want to see him. He's turned blue. No, he literally is painting himself blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that guy.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't worry, he's gonna be all right.
That
Oh, good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that part.
Yeah.
All right.
Did I tell you guys this was last week-ish? Well, obviously my daughter, she screwed up her finger. Rick wasn't here for that, but I'm sure you saw the text, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I remember I texted the group a picture of her finger.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron was like, Shane, I want you to know, like, I hope she feels better, but I'm going to send a bunch of messages so I don't have to look at this.
It was pretty gross.
I didn't want
Yeah,
it.
it was pretty grody.
I was
Very
eating
gross.
fucking biscuit gravy
I was eating Bosco
pizza.
sticks.
Pizza. I was eating biscuit gravy pizza from Speedway. Like, that sounds interesting.
Yeah.
And I'm eating that, and I like, oh, a message from Shane. Oh, it's a picture. What is this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah, so I missed Friday because she had surgery. So I was like there at the hospital all fucking day, even though the surgery took like half an hour. But there's like prep, and then we had to wait, and then after the surgery we had to wait, and then I had to do paperwork. It pretty much sucked.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
she's
Never
been
a fun experience.
She's been a trooper. But on what was it? I went to Marietta College to play some basketball. Did I tell you the story, Eric? Okay, well, it was Saturday, I think, and I had her with me. Yeah, it was Saturday because I went to go play, and I was waiting for Malcolm to get out of his baseball practice. And I haven't played in a while, but my knees feel incredible, and I'm thinner, so I just want to get back into it slowly. So at Marietta College, there's a lot of international students from the Middle East and China, predominantly, right? They're always there for petroleum engineering or something like that. Well, I'm in there balling, Liana just sitting there on my phone watching stuff. And they come in and they ask if I want to play. And, you know, like the NBA is growing really big in China. Like their marketing over there, it's huge over there now. But there's a lot of there's a lot of international students from China who come and they always like to play basketball. And it just
try and
but
take the basketball slots and
Yeah, well-
Chewbacca slots. And,
yeah, right, Aaron.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's it's when you're playing because I'm an average basketball player who just puts in a lot of effort, and that's what always kind of made me good when I was younger. I was average and I tried as hard as I can. Okay. Well, when you play with people who aren't that good, it just makes you feel like you're amazing.
It's the same with Smash.
Yeah.
It kind of, yeah. But
That's why he likes playing me.
well, you know what's interesting? Because I was in there making all these shots from like mid-range, but like what impressed them more, like they were always trying to do fancy stuff. Yeah, I mean, like I'm trying to okay, we're playing at 21. I want to score as many points as possible, and then I want, I was thinking all these things that I think about, and they just want to put on a show like the Harlem
The
Globetrotters.
Globetrotters. I
Yeah.
love the Globetrotters.
Yeah. So like.
I'd rather see that shit than people scoring 100 points in a game.
Me
yeah,
too.
well, yeah. So I mean, so basically what happened is I would drive to the hole and I would power my way through some of these, some of these other gentlemen weren't as tall or big as me. And then I'm like, okay, and I'm thinking in my head, that's a hard thing to do. But then when I did one thing, I went behind my back, crossed over, and then I missed. And they were like, oh, I'm thinking, gee, I missed, So, but they were always trying to do bouncing off the knee. Like they dribble and then they bounce off the knee and catch it, and they would try to pass behind their back, which I pass behind my back all the time. And every time I did it, they're like, "Oh my gosh, good job!" And I'm thinking in my head, actually, one time I said, "I hope you guys are talking shit about me because I can't understand." And this guy's like, "Oh no, we're not." And I'm thinking, I hope not. You know what I mean? But I was clearly the best player out there. But what impressed them, I guess, is they just cared about doing the fun, fancy stuff.
Yeah.
It's like they weren't keeping track as much, but they were trying.
And you were accepted.
Well, kind of. It was funny. I'm like, come on, guys, I'm Asian too, and they started laughing. You know what I mean? But yeah, I got their Snapchat. Like, hey, let's they said they want to play again. They actually asked me to play yesterday, but wasn't able to. But yeah, so I haven't played a long time. They weren't the best, but it feels really good to play with all these below average people.
Actually younger, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were younger. They didn't believe. They thought I was a student there. I said, I'm not a student. I'd show my YouTube channel and stuff like that. Like, oh no, you can. I have YouTube. Look, and I'm like, no, yeah, but. Here's me when I'm your age. That's not you. I mean, that's me.
Did I ever tell you my Uncle Mac's story about going to Africa and playing basketball?
No.
You told me, but
wait.
say it again.
It's pretty funny. He was in OU during the time, and he went to, it's called Swaziland, I think is the country. Very, very small country in Africa. And I can't remember what they were doing. I think it was some kind of architecture work or something like that. They were doing charity work. And
Like they were digging wells or
something like that, yeah.
building an aqueduct or something.
But they were playing, they had taken a break and they were playing basketball. There was 5 guys from OU, white guys, playing basketball. And then everybody the entire village started going around because they'd never seen anybody play basketball like this. Because this was a very, this country didn't get a whole lot of they didn't watch NBA. They had a basketball hoop, but they didn't really know how to play very much. So the town was like, we would like for you, just 5 of you, we would like to play you. He's like, the town? I was like, no, we just come back here. We want to have a game. He's like, okay. So the next day they are driving through town and there's nobody there. It's completely empty. They get to the basketball hoop There's like 1,000 people there, and the country's main team is there. It's like a college team.
Like
it's
their Olympic team.
It's like they're like the best players in this country are there.
Yeah.
Because they don't get a whole lot of experience to play with anybody from any other country. And he just said like, they were all like, 6'8", 6 foot, so huge, but they had a very, very, very basic understanding of the game.
Yeah.
Because they were new to it, So it was very much like bounce passes and, kind of slow and trying to understand. And, these 5 white kids from Ohio were going between their legs and everybody's going crazy. Ah! that reminds me
White
of
Devils.
That. Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah, it's a funny one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's odd when you come across that situation. It doesn't happen very often for me, but yeah, that's really cool. Yeah. That's a hell of a story.
It's a good one. We finally got our stuff booked for E3. Is there anything you guys are particularly excited for?
Well, there's going to be a Smash tournament, I hear.
Yeah, there
Might have to
is.
sign up for that.
I was told that by Shane today.
Yeah? Okay.
Why'd you look at it, Calvin?
Calvin, you need enter.
He will.
Could.
He will.
Yeah. E3, let's see. I mean, I'd like to see more of Fallen Order. That's going to be interesting, I think. So hopefully we can get something.
There's that, and hopefully like Nintendo's going to have some surprise titles there.
Yeah.
And it's always like a big deal when they, when they show off a game at E3, because Nintendo's first-party titles are always just amazing. Yeah, I mean, even if like, it's not my type of game, they're always like high quality, polished. You know what I mean? So I'm excited to see what they do. Microsoft stuff like that.
Yeah.
Super excited to see Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, me too.
See what they do, or if they'll give a release date or anything like that. That looks pretty amazing. I'd say.
I'm pretty sure Pokemon Sword and Shield will be there.
Yeah.
So I got to do some Pokemon stuff last time. Hopefully I get to do that this time. I'm kind of glad I didn't get to play any of the Spider-Man game, because I was like oh my god, so good. Whenever I finally got the game, got to play it.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm like, I don't want to, but other times I'm like, I really want to. So I'll probably do Pokemon Sword and Shield just to feel what the differences are of it. But
Very curious to see Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See what that's going to be about.
yeah.
Sort of like a
And
reboot.
The Blind Wave meetup, because I don't know how we're going to top last year.
Yeah, Garrick Loran was like, I hope Calvin doesn't throw up again.
Yeah.
Calvin would have to actually just die this time.
I might.
That was just.
If I want to keep upping the ante, I got to die this time.
Rick, I wish you were there. That was a hell of a thing. And Calvin just was.
At Star Wars Celebration, we should have said like, well, Calvin died.
Yeah.
Like last meetup, he got sick. This time he died, didn't even make it.
Well,
You guys should have.
I kind of got to be there because the week after when you guys came back, I took him to the hospital again.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
You were there in spirit. Yeah.
We were talking about this the other day, and I was like, yeah, but
Fucking
I
hilarious.
got sacrificed. And Calvin's like, what? I'm like, we didn't know what was wrong. You were pale, shivering, throwing up. And I got nominated to go with you to the hospital, which meant, like, if you had something bad, I'm the next one going to get it. Like, you're patient zero.
I just didn't want to get sick.
You guys accidentally text like mid when this was happening.
Yeah.
Like the group chat that I was in.
Oh, yeah.
And it was something about like, okay,
What's
well,
the hospital address? And you're like, what?
yeah, like Calvin finally made it to the hospital.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, JC was like, you should really call Rick.
Yeah.
No, it was an interesting thing, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know where we're going to have it this time. Maybe last time it was like at the piers or something like that, or whatever they
Yeah.
called it. It
That was nice, yeah.
was a nice little area. We might try somewhere different
I didn't
this
want to
time.
eat where we ate, but it was fun.
Yeah.
All right.
Where?
It was.
Johnny Rockets or something like
Yeah.
that, right? Was the burger place?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I
we'll
liked
be
it.
there again. We can try some new places again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we met up with Fandom Reactions last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
They
cool.
were there when Calvin got sick.
That
No,
was
no.
right before
No.
Calvin got sick.
Because we ran him again. I said, fucking Calvin threw up. And ambulance I picked him up. Like, what? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we were going to try to hang out with them again later on, and then
Yeah.
that happened, and everything got all kind of screwy.
They were nice. So then me and you and Gus went to get some seafood. It was delicious.
Well, that was after you guys picked me up from the hospital, because I'm like, do I have to stay here?
And it was like, well,
I'm like, there's
should we just
nothing.
leave him? And then the hard cuts to you guys having a good time.
Because at that point, like, Calvin's just there. He was, like, sleeping. I'm just sitting there, like, my phone doesn't really work in here.
Oh,
I've
I
got,
remember
like,
that. Yeah,
nothing.
we couldn't text you.
I'm like, what the hell do
Yeah,
I
I know.
I had to leave the hospital, go outside to text to tell you guys what's going on, and come back in.
That was my favorite part of that vlog. Because you're like sitting outside the hospital, like, huh? I mean, I don't know. Should we leave? A hard cut, you guys having fun, and then like a picture of Calvin sad in the hospital. It's so fun to edit. I'm sorry, Calvin.
No.
It was
fine.
worth
I don't
It
even
was
remember
worth
that. I have to watch that
Yeah.
again. Yeah.
Well, you guys, it cuts to after that, and then it cuts to you guys going to GameStop to buy
Yeah.
a cable for like a,
So we could play
a
Smash.
Nintendo Wii U.
Well, yeah.
And then then we went.
You say it as if, well, yeah, you idiot. That's
You
what
had
we're
to
gonna
do
do.
it.
when my son was when my wife was in labor with my son, Eric and I played Super Smash Brothers.
His firstborn child.
We-
Joy
we-
was
we-
like, you need to go home and get this for me. And he's like, all right.
We went to
Eric, can you drive? I'm like, yeah. We drive. We get this stuff very quickly. And we're like, probably got some time, right? She probably would have thought that it took us longer to find this stuff. Yeah. And we played like 3 matches and then left. Plenty of time.
Yeah.
You just went and found it and played.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that might be fun. We'll have to figure out where we're gonna have it. The
Yeah.
thing I hate is always like going to a place that we're not that familiar with and trying to find a location to have
Yeah.
this meetup
Yeah.
that gives people enough notice to be able to like come to it, but because we don't know our schedule being
Yeah.
there yet, you know, like we know
Yeah.
we're gonna be there in those days, but
Should have like a beach day, man. There,
a beach day.
like 2 hours, like there, like hanging out and at the beach and have people meet with us there.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the beach isn't really like a defined place.
Well,
I'm sure
Come
there's
to
groups
the
of
beach.
groups of people.
I'm not talking about like Myrtle to Cebu Islands. You know what I mean?
No, but like even on a stretch of beach, like in front of a city, like
Well, on to the
That's a
right
good
of the
stretch of
pier.
beach.
To the right of the pier.
Oh, I did want to mention, we had talked before about possibly getting a neon sign for this brick wall up here. And for our 400,000 subscriber, Jancy actually got us one. I have it over
yeah.
here. But
Grab it.
putting it on, it was a bit too bright.
Yeah.
Because it's so
Yeah.
bright. It's nice, but it's so bright.
let's demonstrate.
It's really cool. Yeah.
And it's not dimmable, unfortunately. But we do have one in the works. It's
Okay.
a sign that's coming.
Hand it up
It's going
to
to be
me.
great.
Do you want me to put it over here, like on the wall, like what it would look like?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the basic idea.
Shane, look out! Look out, Shane!
But yeah, it's actually not too bad once we've adjusted the cameras a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's kind of cool.
But it blows out a little bit. Actually, it was a lot better than it was when we set it up earlier.
I think
yeah.
I think it was it.
But then we also played around with the lighting. But it's not terrible, but it's a little bit too bright for what we want. But I still really love it. I said at the very
Oh,
least
yeah.
we're gonna use it for a lot of stuff. Ooh, that's kind of cool
But now
too.
it's backwards.
Oh, no.
Just invert.
Well, wait.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
like it, though.
Hang on.
Well, we can't just invert.
I can.
Yes, yes, you
Well,
can.
you can.
Invert
I
it.
have the power.
Oh no, what's happening?
This is gonna
Invert
be
it.
fucking weird.
But if
bro.
I'm not on the left, it's gonna be broken.
Eric's gonna not be able to hear.
Bam!
There we
Yeah!
go. That's perfect.
I love it.
You guys like my hair like this?
You know, you look weird.
I was leaned in weird. Like I need to.
This is why I see myself in the mirror.
I feel like it actually does look better though with the pec.
Why
flex
does
in
it
the
seem
front.
like? Is it because we switched the cables from HDMI to
I tinkered with it.
that?
the what?
I don't know. I,
mean,
spent
we-
like all last night looking for like a dimmer thing for it, but now it looks pretty good.
We did SDI switch now.
Yeah, we did the SCS switch.
I don't
No,
know if
hold
that-
it there, Calvin.
Just hold it.
Reverse wave. Oh, yeah. Well, we should just put it outside above our door.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
It
That'd be
looks
all right.
a lot better now that we messed some stuff
That way,
around.
drunk people don't feel like they can puke in our entryway.
Or they'll have
yeah,
a
that
light
did happen
so
one
they can
time,
see,
didn't
so they don't get on their shoes.
Times.
But anyway, that was for passing 400,000 subs.
Yeah. So thank you, Jancy.
Oh, is that what that was for?
Yeah.
Oh.
Which I
Thank you.
I think I said like 5 times.
I mean, you said it now.
I've said it before.
Not when you showed me it. You're like, look at this.
Yeah, sometimes I say stuff.
Isn't this cool? I
You don't
said,
listen. You don't pay
I
attention.
said it is. Should I be seeing this or is this for mailbag? You're like, no, we can look at it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
No, it looks cool.
But it's pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's real cool.
Oh, yeah.
Super,
definitely.
super bright, yeah.
And the thought is amazing
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for that. I'm excited for Borderlands 3,
Oh yeah, that's
mainly because I want to stream it.
Borderlands.
I think
By
it'd be great.
yourself?
Fun.
I remember.
No.
I remember.
Solo?
With a group.
How many player is a group?
4,
like
I think.
4.
3 or 4? Okay.
Borderlands has been 4 as long as I can remember.
Has it? Okay.
I played the first one, never as a group. I remember you and Aaron always were kind of playing it back in the day, right?
I think we
enjoyed
played the first
Borderlands.
one together, and then we were streaming the second one for a little while.
Yep.
And then my buddy Juan tried to join us, and Rick kicked him out.
I didn't know who he was. I thought
Yeah.
just some guy joining the game. I was like, oh, forgot to set it to private. Kick, private.
I'm like, oh look, it's my buddy Juan. Gone. He's like, what? Whoops, he's gone.
I was already clicking. You were on the delay. You live in Lowell.
I don't live in Lowell.
You live in Lowell.
Shane lives in Lowell. Does your mom? I live in Lowell no more than your mom lives in what was it?
Cutler.
Cutler. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know about any other games with that. I mean, I'm just excited to go. Last E3 I thought was really fun. Met a lot of different people and stuff. So
Yeah, meeting people is great.
We have, I think we have a better plan of what we're gonna do while we're there and everything, as far as getting content and stuff out while we're there.
We'll take
Star Wars Celebration. I felt like went better.
we'll take
and,
better cameras.
Like each con, it gets better with like the process of what we're doing. Hopefully, we don't lose a break while we're there.
It's a smaller convention center, so I think I should be okay.
Smaller than what?
McCormick.
I mean,
As far as
Oh, yeah,
total
it definitely-
area,
yeah, there's the E3 place, but then there's also like there was that whole Microsoft place we never went to.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but I mean, even with McCormick, we were only in a small corner of McCormick Place in
Yeah.
terms of size.
That's true.
Like McCormick is officially the largest in the world.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean,
But
we
there's
didn't,
like 2 other blocks of McCormick's Place we didn't.
we didn't go to any of that. Though.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
how Rick got lost there.
Yeah, right.
Like what we went to, I don't get it.
Yeah.
What do you mean you don't get it?
I don't get it, Rick. I don't. It's like when we were in LA and we left, turned left, went to Subway, came out of Subway, and you just kept going that same direction. I'm like, we're going back to the hotel, Rick. Where are you going? He's like, the hotel's this way, right? Like,
We were
no,
driving.
We only walked a block.
I was driving with Maggie this week, and she said to me, "You know, it was like 5 years. I didn't believe that you were this bad with directions. Like I wasn't sure if it was just this long con or what it was exactly."
Should have asked me. Yeah, he is.
And I forget. She said like when the moment might have been when she dropped me off at the studio, and I walked past it to the edge of the block.
Yeah.
When she was like, "Well, I guess it's just true. It's impossible, but it's true." This
Probably
man has
setting this
no
up so
sense
you
of
can-
direction.
I'm sure this is still a long con, so you can do this badass magic trick somehow. You lived your life this way, you know?
The thing that I never understood is that you don't get lost in video games,
I do.
but not nearly as bad. Like,
Not-
and
not as bad.
understandably,
Well, I mean, most of the time
amount-
with that, like, it has like a quest tracker that he can put it on I go that way.
well,
you
no,
know?
like not even like wandering around. It's like we've been playing like first-person games together. He's like, "Oh no, you gotta go this way," or watching me or something like that. It's like,
radar.
where are you going? I
Radar,
gotta go right
Calvin.
here.
I have
I'm
spent
pretty sure I've seen Rick get lost in Contra.
I've spent a good 10 minutes in a single room house in The Witcher 3 looking for the door.
He gets lost.
Like, guys, I can't find this door. I don't know what to do. I'm trying to burn the house down. I'm using all these fire spells. Like, well, that's it. Stream's over.
You burn the house down
I tried.
and
I wouldn't
kill
let me.
yourself.
I think got lost a couple times in Time Splitters, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's definitely happened.
Time Splitters is fun.
Alrighty. And then as far as I know, people have been asking, we should have stuff up and rolling. My goal is for tomorrow for WaveCon.
Yeah.
People have been asking other than to Bob and Melanie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. People have been asking about it. I know people have been wanting it. So I'm wanting all the stuff on our website to go up tomorrow. I'm trying to finalize a few things. And even then, everything won't be finalized. But
No.
I think enough.
There'll be some to be determined, and everything is subject to change.
Yes.
Yeah.
We should put that WaveCon, and that's the tagline.
WaveCon, everything's subject to change.
So there's a few things we're trying to figure out and finalize and stuff, but we should have all that going. And I think the WaveCon logo design voting
T-shirt thing
contest
will be there as well.
will be going as well. So we'll probably start that tomorrow.
Yeah, there's going to be some cool stuff. Have we talked about it before? Like what people can expect?
For WaveCon,
I can't remember.
I mean, as far as WaveCon plans that we have going on, it's going from the 8th to the 11th. There is a meet and greet kind of thing for the people that are kind of showing up the day before, because a lot of people, come in the day before the con starts.
Mm-hmm.
So there's kind of a little meet and greet, and there's like a little meal and stuff that we're gonna do before it all starts, pretty much. There's also like a Blind Wave Ladies Night that night. So if you want to hang out with the girls from Blind Wave, you can do that.
It's awful.
Then don't be there. And then each of us
Do
are
you
gonna
have to be a lady to go to ladies' night?
No, you don't. It's just being able to hang out with the Blind Wave Ladies.
So it's pretty much just like a normal meeting, but not us.
Yeah, but we're excluded.
We're specifically excluded.
Okay.
That one's made to be an event where, like, if you want to see like Melanie, Joy, Maggie, like any of them, they will be there.
Sure.
They may be other places throughout the week as well, but if you'll definitely be able to see them at least there.
Yeah.
And then there's each of us are going to have our own event that we've been working on, which will be some time that you can sit and talk with each of us, and then whatever the event's going to be.
Some kind of
and
activity.
Typically food, maybe not on some occasions and stuff.
I have my own room for board games.
Rick is going to have board games and stuff running the whole time while we're doing that. And then we have the Valley Gym, which is going to be, I think, the only like ticketed event that we have planned, which is going to be $50 a person. It's a like semi-formal
Oh, I thought we
dance.
settled with extremely formal.
I don't think so.
We decided on cocktail dress.
Yeah, it's kind of like a somewhere like that. So it's supposed to be like a dance.
What decade? The 1960s, man. It was.
That'd be great.
No, we're going 20s. Flappers.
So
I mean, it was always formal.
for the $50, it's gonna be on on the Valley Gym, which is a paddle boat.
Yep.
We're gonna have a DJ. There's also gonna be a meal.
There will be food. There will be a
There is also a cash bar.
cash bar.
Yeah.
So it's
and
on. Yeah.
I
since
couldn't
it's a
remember the
paddle boat-
term.
Since it's a paddle boat, you also have to bring your own paddles.
That's not true, actually.
So, but it'll be kind of in an idea of like a dance, a prom, or something along those lines. So,
Calvin, this will be your first prom. You never thought about that.
yeah, but he doesn't need prom.
When you got mom.
My mom forced me to my first prom. You guys are forcing me to this one.
It'll be great.
Yeah.
It'll be great, Rick. Here, why don't you bring a murder mystery thing? You can have a little group do that. While
I'm
you're
in. Now I'm excited. Speaking of, I would like to run, if I can find enough people that are interested, mega game at WaveCon.
So-
which is like a combination board game role-playing game.
Yeah. Rick,
Okay.
Rick is going to be in the board game room the whole time. We don't.
Yes.
He wants to run a special event for his XCOM mega game, which
Yeah.
we want to try to find people that are interested in that, which will be in the forum as well.
Yes,
Rick-
it doesn't take money, but it does take commitment.
Yeah.
Because it'll run for like 8 hours,
And we need at
It'll
least
take, like,
20 people to
between 20 and 40 people. And basically you all play as leaders of world nations, aliens invade, and you're all dealing with the aliens who are players in the game, and every other country and all the different players that are playing in the game. You can look it up on Google or YouTube. There's videos out there
Yeah.
about it.
It'll be on our website. So when we're gonna have a forum on there too, where you can check what things you're interested in. So if you're interested in like Calvin's event and my event, whatever, you can check what you're interested in on that. That's gonna have its own check mark. So if we have enough interest, we're gonna try to fit that into the schedule for an 8-hour time span to be able to play through that.
If
But
it doesn't happen, I'll just run board games.
yes,
It's called Watch the Skies Mega Game is the name of the actual game.
yeah. The main thing with that was just being like, do we have at least 20 people that want to do it? And do they want to do it for 8 hours? Because Rick said that. I'm like, Rick, your time schedule was supposed to be like maybe 5.
8 hours is nothing, Aaron, when it comes to board games.
Well, I
It's
know,
only the
I-
beginning.
So that's one idea we have too for Rick. Otherwise, you'll be able to see him for sure in the board game room.
Yeah.
And then we'll also have like video games and stuff too. Probably Smash. You can probably play Smash with us. Choose which one you want to go against and all that.
I'm sending you some. This pertains to a little bit ago, but talk about prom. I'm sending Rick some prom pictures of me from high school and one of Eric. If that's okay.
Preferably not.
Okay. Okay, never mind them. I'll send you some of mine.
Yeah, I don't have any pictures of me in the prom with the mustache.
Rick, what was the name of that game again?
Watch the Skies.
It's called Watch the Skies. If you guys want to look it up on Google or whatever, you can find it. But it's like an XCOM mega game. Individuals run. It's kind of like a Model UN.
Yeah.
They're running like a country, and what the country's responses are to the aliens and to the other countries.
Yeah, it's a mix between like a board game, and a LARP, like a live action role playing kind of thing.
All right, sounds good.
So
8 hours.
As far as like, do you guys want to talk about any of your events and
I don't
stuff you
understand
have
how you're
planned
so
for
shocked at
WaveCon?
this, Eric.
I'm not shocked.
You guys want to talk about any of the events that you guys have planned?
Yeah.
Okay. If you guys want to talk about that, you can talk about your personal event and what you're planning on
We
doing.
just had like a 24-hour Smash stream not too long ago.
Yes, it's true.
Okay. What about it? What?
Well, I'm not mocking you. I'm just
Oh.
saying 8 hours.
Yeah, but he fell asleep during it.
I
You
did.
gotta remember.
I didn't fall asleep. I went to sleep.
It was like a 16 to 18. Yeah, it was like
I didn't
16
sign
18
anything
hours.
like you must stay up. No, mine's going to be a blind wave game show where anybody that wants to be, everybody can come to. There's going to be no you don't have to sign up or anything. But everybody will put their name in a hat or a bowl or something, and I'll pick out some contestants, and we'll have some really cool categories. And I'm really excited. I've been working on questions, have some visual aid and stuff. So it's going to be like a real big kind of like game show where if you want to be a contestant, you can put your name in, and I'll pick it out. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I don't want to spoil any surprises though.
Okay.
Okay, mine is going to be like. Did you mention your food part, Eric?
There will be. There might be food.
There may be food for his. We don't know. The thing
okay.
with the Lafayette that we have is that there's no outside food, and his will most likely be in the Lafayette.
Yeah.
So, but his will also be a shorter event because it's also on the day that the Valley Gym thing's going on. So it gives more time for people to prepare and get ready for the Valley Gym dance, prom, formal thing.
Yeah.
The Blindway formal.
Yeah. Mine's going to be a couple of different things. We're going to get together, and I don't want to say it's a lecture, but it's like a conversation, like a serious conversation about health and wellness.
A discussion.
Yeah, and the difference between exercise and training. And we have a couple people who are volunteering to talk about their personal experiences and stuff like that. And that's going to take place at the same time as the food thing, which is going to be making actually a fruit and vegetable smoothie, like what I do and how I make it. And that's going to take place after the activity, which is going to be something fitness related, but it's going to be fun. The idea I have right now is to get a gymnasium, maybe play some kickball, dodgeball, have some fun stuff like that, and probably do some stick fighting choreography, and I'll talk about how I do that. Because we did a lot last year, like off to the side, but I can commit like some time to really show how to do it, and how we did it as well as we did.
Yeah.
So that's the idea. I could change a little bit, but that's what I'm trying to do.
The thing with that too is on the form, the smoothie section of that, like the gym. The activities may be inside or outside, kind of depends on what happens with that. But the smoothie making is actually going to be a place here in Marietta, but the space is limited. So the people who are interested in making smoothies with Shane and having like the discussion part of all that, just make sure you check that, because we'll probably do like a first come first serve based on how much space we actually are allowed to use in there. So I don't know exactly what numbers we'll be allowed to have in the smoothie section of that. So if you are interested in that, just make sure when you go through and check that, you check that as well.
Feel free to bring your own board games to WaveCon as well. Just something that you want to get played that you haven't had a chance because your friends are assholes.
Yeah, and in the past too, like a lot of people that hadn't played board games started playing board games. They had fun with it. But if you have a game that, guys, come over here, try this, a lot of people will come over and try this game.
Yeah.
That's what Rick did. And he would lock the doors, wouldn't let him leave.
Exactly. We're great.
Alrighty. Calvin, what are you going to do?
Mine is going to be a bowling party. So we're going to have a local bowling, what is it called?
Alley?
Yeah,
The bowling alley.
but it's one alley, right? No, that's
it's
a lane.
a lane. It's a bowling lane is a bowling alley.
So there's going to be a bowling alley that we're going to rent out and bowl as much as you want. And then after that, we're going to have food, lunch, dinner kind of thing.
Yeah, at a local restaurant that Calvin enjoys. So, and then for mine, we're also going to be having I'm going to start the Lafayette. I'll have some Pokewalk stuff involved, and then I also have skating. So we're gonna
roller
there's
skating,
a local roller rink and stuff, and we're gonna roller skate, do that, and then we're gonna eat at Star of India. It's an Indian place. I like it. It's one of my favorite restaurants as well.
Yeah.
So that's my plan for that. And in most of these situations too, what I've been working on is just before bowling, there should be some time if you guys wanted to be able to talk and hang out with Calvin. Also, before or after for Eric, there'll be time where you can sit and talk and hang out with Eric as well. Either before or after the game show thing. I'm not sure which one. Shane obviously has a discussion time frame in his where people can sit and talk with him. During the Pokewalk and stuff, I'll be talking with people and everything too. So there should be time frames.
No, there'll be no talking during my discussion.
There should be time frames where everyone can kind of be able to talk with us and, do all that.
When you're talking to Rick though, and you have to be in character.
True.
He won't acknowledge
Obviously. Does that need to be stated? Weird.
Maybe for the casuals.
No, it is very inviting. If you've never played a board game in your life, come and I will make you have fun.
We will make you.
He will force you to have fun.
But that's some of the events that we have going on
Shane was a disbeliever.
during the time. There's a few other things that we're working out to get fitted and everything, but we're trying to keep as much of it close to the Lafayette as we can, so that I know people are coming and there's not a lot. Not everyone's gonna have a car. I know some people have offered to drive people and carpool, but like if we don't have enough space, there's not really taxis and Lyfts and Ubers in Marietta. which is kind of an
I mean,
issue.
there are. You just have to call them.
Yeah.
Like taxi.
But-
Taxi's not just. You're not gonna find one on the street.
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah.
call and have one come to you.
Yeah. So, but it's not as common. But most of it's going to be along Front Street best we can and whatnot. So
We should just rent golf carts. Because you could drive it with a golf cart to pretty much anywhere you'd want to
Yeah.
go. That'd be great.
Let's get horses.
That would be great.
A bunch of mopeds. A moped gang.
have a moped gang.
Yeah. Or segways.
Oh yeah, we should rent the
That'd be
segways
funny.
that Ghost Tours does.
That would be fun.
That'd be awesome.
Well, let's segue into the next topic.
Okay. Which I guess is Shane at Prom.
Not spelled
Well, this
the
is.
same way.
Well, I sent you. I texted you one because for some reason it's 8 megabytes over.
Texting me is not going to do me
Well, I
a
figured after I texted
damn
to
bit
you,
of good.
let me send a blind way email. I sent one from homecoming, and then yeah, I was a sophomore in high school there, and there's a fucking balloon right there. I've never gotten over that damn balloon.
Why is there a balloon?
I thought it was a ball. That's funny.
no,
Why is there a
no.
balloon there?
No, it was just there was
It's
balloons.
just part of the decoration.
It's like
No,
blocking,
people were like tossing balloons around, and it just happened to be right there.
it's blocking like your date.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you have a story with us or something?
Well, I was going to just do a bunch of because I had a bunch of you, but you didn't want to, so I was just going to do.
Oh, you just want to show pictures of you? From
Yeah, just
high school?
a prom. Yeah.
When in his
Okay.
peak.
I didn't know
Yeah.
if you were like, this is a visual reference for something.
It's like this
No.
is what a prom would be.
Well, I thought we could all just show pictures up there.
This is a
I don't-
visual reference
I
of how
mean,
Shane looked. Back
we could
then.
do that another day if you want me to try to find pictures of my prom.
Well, I figured you'd
But I
have some on Facebook.
I don't currently have one.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you had any on Facebook.
I
I don't have
to
a
look.
Facebook.
Oh.
But, I mean, we can do that and look for prom pictures.
Mash Brad says there needs to be at least one sumo fight.
One sumo fight,
Yeah,
Yeah.
all with those blow up sumo things we have.
That'd be fun.
We'll see.
could be fun.
All right. Have you guys heard about Endgame? It's already past Titanic now.
Yep, beat Titanic.
Like already. It's
Not
only- it's
adjusted
been-
for
yeah.
inflation, but yeah.
It's been like 2 weeks and stuff. It's past Titanic and
Yeah.
it very well could pass Avatar.
Well, yeah, and Titanic had 6 months,
Mhm.
whereas
Yeah.
it's done it in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm sure. Avatar was up for like a year, and it was 3D, so
Yeah.
it made so much money and
What-
all that. But
I mean, what is it? It's like
2.3
6
billion
I think
as
it's
today.
6 million away from it or something, right?
something like that. Yeah,
That's not very
600
far.
million. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's
I
what
was
I
going
meant,
6
sorry.
million ain't that
Point
far.
6 billion.
They'll make
Yeah,
that.
that's what I meant.
They'll make
Sorry.
that before the end of podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, and that's only 2 weeks into it. I imagine it'll be in theaters for a month.
Yeah, I mean, if this movie doesn't do it, then nothing ever will.
Yeah, pretty
know.
much.
Next
Sure.
Avatar.
Yeah.
How was Titanic
Avatar
so
2.
big?
Well, it ran for so long. It also it came back to theaters many
Yeah.
times.
So is it
And-
counted?
it's such a
and
classic.
It was also one
I
of those
wouldn't call it a
things where
classic.
So does that
A
just?
lot of people
pretty good-
consider it
it's
one.
a classic.
Yeah.
It is. I mean,
Well, because a lot of the technology that was used, he created for the movie
Yeah.
like he normally does.
and it held
'Cause
that spot for 15 years.
Well,
you know?
yeah.
and I know that
That's-
James
that's
Cameron
true.
actually personally funded a lot of his own money because the studio didn't want to like
Yeah.
up front the money for some of the technology he had to create. You know what I mean? And some of the practical sets he wanted to build.
So with that, is it
So-
counting any time it was in theaters? Is that how that works?
I believe so. It's whatever it grosses, the home box office. Or the box office, not home. That's HBO.
Yeah.
That was the first time.
That seems like cheating. Like, what if Endgame did this and then
I
it
mean-
comes back and Endgame just like in a year later pops in there
Yeah.
again and gets another $100 million? Does that
yeah,
count?
the Star Wars special editions, when they came back into it, they add to the box office of the original movie.
Yeah.
Really?
When Lion King came out again.
Well, that was one of them, right? When episode 1 came back.
Well, yes, but I'm talking about the special editions.
Oh, okay.
Of
Yeah.
When they were
original
back there.
trilogy.
That was the first time I'd ever seen Star Wars in theaters.
Dude, I was
Yeah,
so
yeah,
excited
me
to go
too.
through that 3D theater thing because I wasn't going to get to see them. I never saw them in theaters
Really?
except for 1 and 3.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I got to see them all. And then they released 1, didn't do any others.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, I've seen 1 4
Yeah,
times
I
in
know.
theaters. Now I've seen it 5. I didn't need to see that one. I just went because of the experience.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But no, I just thought that was interesting of, wait a minute, what? Titanic 2 was awful. There was a Titanic 2?
No.
How is there a Titanic
there was
2?
an animated film that
Well-
wasn't made in America that was called Titanic 2, I
Really?
think. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's not official,
Nothing
in any
official,
way. But
How you?
Yeah, but no, I mean, I much prefer Titanic to Avatar. I can't.
I
tell
don't
you-
like Avatar either.
I can't tell you one character's name from Avatar.
Yeah, I've never been able to sit through Titanic all the way, and
Really?
I did not like Avatar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love Dancing with Wolves, didn't like Avatar.
Oh.
I don't know.
This man, Titanic 2, the ship strikes back.
I haven't got to see Avatar because you have to see in 3D, which I haven't been able to do.
Yeah.
So,
I also didn't see it in 3D.
I heard it's 3D or nothing.
You
Like,
couldn't see
yeah.
it in 2D?
Well, no,
No,
you
I-
definitely could because I did.
Okay.
Yeah, like my friend. Yeah, like,
But you were supposed to see it in 3D, and that was also the start of the 3D craze.
Yeah.
or-
Well, like you were supposed to
The
see The
3D
Hobbit
craze starting
and,
again,
and
I
that
should
weird
say.
frame rate, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
the 60 frames per second.
yeah.
That
Which
weird.
I also didn't see.
The weird from it. I haven't seen it. I've seen the first one. I haven't seen the next two.
Yeah.
I've seen all of them, but not in their
Yeah.
correct version.
Sure.
Did
Yeah.
they do that for all 3 of them?
hmm That's how they were shot. Yeah. I mean, you can then you can artificially take it down to
Sure.
23.976, but
What's always weird is when you walk into like some restaurants and their TVs is like at 60 frames per second on the wall, and you could tell it's a shot that way. It just looks really weird.
Yeah.
yeah, it's got that auto frame
Adjuster.
thing. But I mean, it looks more true to life, the 60 frames a second. It really does.
Well,
but
well,
It just doesn't
that's-
look like
it
film.
doesn't look like a movie.
Sure.
Yeah.
When I've seen our stuff 60 frames and then I've watched it, like I'm like, oh, that does look kind of cool.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. I would like to see like a fight 60 frames. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, MMA 60 frames a second,
Yeah.
or boxing 60
Yeah.
frames
Yeah.
a second.
That's true.
I mean, it's
I
really
mean,
good
a
for
fight that we
sporting-
make.
It's really good for like sporting events and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Less motion blur.
in-game is breaking records in one direction. And wrestling right now is breaking them in the other.
That's
WWE is
that's
at
what
an
I heard.
all-time low.
How did you whip this around to wrestling?
I can do it, and I'm so
You
excited.
just
An
Alolan,
all-time low.
you just
All-time
Alolan
low.
whipped us. to the
For WWE. Although they're currently lower now than like TNA had been during some of its run as well. It's great. They're freaking out, and they're actually starting to change stuff now.
Like
Yeah.
what? Like
what
what?
are they changing?
Well, the thing that they've changed, the biggest change was the roster was split between 2 brands. So you had superstars, wrestlers that were on Raw, and wrestlers that were on SmackDown. There
Okay.
wasn't any crossover.
No.
So the
interesting.
first thing that they've done is they've taken the biggest stars, where every week the GM of the show can name a number of people. It seems to change every week, who can come over from the other brand. So like you can have your Roman Reigns on Raw because he's on SmackDown now,
Okay.
for example. So that makes things a little less stale, a little more exciting. But there's still a lot more that they need to fix. Because like it dipped under 2 million, and like the people in the TV world started talking of like, well, I guess wrestling is finally dying out or whatever.
Yeah.
And so they're freaking out. Hopefully it'll fix. Hopefully
Now-
it'll get fixed.
Now, is this like when you say 2 million? You mean like viewers?
Yeah.
Like live viewers? Okay. Because it also has like subscriptions and stuff like that.
It does,
you know?
but that's a drop in the bucket compared to their live TV audience.
sure, with
Like the
advertisements,
pay-per-views and stuff like that are
Yeah.
a lot more.
Interesting. Well,
And AEW is going to be having their pay-per-view in Vegas.
Yeah.
And they will have a pre-show shown on ITV in the UK. And it'll be the first time that wrestling has been on British television since the 90s. I think.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Back when we watched it.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't watch it still, but the time I know of stuff.
so you didn't watch it, but you knew stuff?
You didn't watch like
yeah.
Raw?
No, not really. My mom didn't like me watching it. She thought it would make me mean.
My parents loved it.
What does she think of you now?
I don't know. I don't talk to her. No, I don't know. I watched it a couple of times, and I just remember it not being really allowed on TV. But I played games and stuff with Rick, and then everyone at school was always, oh, and all the shit that they did in wrestling. And
Aaron,
So stupid.
on that screen, you could not tell at all that you were doing the Generation X.
You're still.
There you go.
It looked like you're doing
It
this.
looked like you were just.
I didn't think it looked like that.
Such a weird.
It's
weird
mostly
thing.
covered.
Like, a kid would
Like
fall
you can't
over.
see your left arm at all.
A kid would like fall over, and everybody else would go, How are we doing this? Like when you're an adult, you're just like, what the hell are we doing?
SmackDown's moving to Fox as well, so that's pretty big news.
Okay.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I guess wrestling will be Disney now.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Damn.
Some kind of
yeah.
way. Well, no, because is the
Disney
Fox TV
owns-
show owned?
I
Yeah,
believe
Fox
so.
Disney
Sports.
doesn't.
It's just
own
sports
the-
and
the
Fox still
sports.
has sports.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
this will be on the sports channel.
They don't have the news either, do they?
No,
'Cause
the
of
news
taxes,
and the
right?
sports
Yeah.
division are separate.
Well, they're on ESPN already, so
Wrestling is
yeah.
like WWE. Or
Well, I mean, like in terms of they
Yeah.
cover it,
In terms of coverage, yeah.
coverage, and they'll have like like guys get on and do interviews and stuff like that. They'll be on. I think it was like Triple H and Stephanie.
Stephanie.
They were on First Take, which is the best sports show in the world. So
I always look at Blind Wave's like stuff, and First Take is on there all the time.
Yeah.
Like on our YouTube
Because we all
channel.
we share the same YouTube channel, so you'll find what other people are searching for.
Sometimes it's on our playlist
Yeah.
for our reactions.
Yeah, sometimes that happens, huh, Shane?
I sent you a
Sometimes.
Pokemon thing, Rick. By the way, I thought maybe we can watch. It's about 3 minutes long. It's a kind of a good. I actually haven't watched it, but I'm hoping it could be a cool thing we can talk about.
Okay.
Dick-a-dong, dick-a-dong, dick-a-dong,
I was like-
dick-a-dong, dick-a-dong, dick-a-dong. What's that?
Okay.
Oh, okay. It's Calvin.
Jitter chop.
If I'm watching someone play Pokemon at this angle, I'm not going to be enthused.
Right?
We find a big difference between people who played Pokemon in their childhood versus those who didn't. And so those people who are Pokemon experts not only develop a unique brain representation for Pokemon and visual cortex, but the most interesting part
You
to
didn't
us
play when
is
you were younger,
that
Aaron.
the location of that response to Pokemon is consistent across people.
It's a great mystery. How does experience contribute to shaping the brain? And this really is an opportunity to use a unique stimulus and a very intense experience during childhood. Second of all, because Pokemon game used a handheld device, you're limited by the length of your hands, really. It provided kind of a natural experiment, but was a somewhat controlled setting.
The people we were looking to scan played a lot of Pokemon in their childhood, so somewhere between 1995 and 1998, they were 5 and 8 years old. These are subjects who can name hundreds of Pokemon and they have almost lifelong visual experience beginning in childhood with Pokemon. And then the other group of people that we were looking for were people that were the exact opposite. They never played Pokemon, they know nothing about it.
We put them in a fMRI scanner and then show them different kinds of stimuli. So they'll see common stimuli such as faces or places or words or objects, and also they'll be seeing Pokemon stimuli.
The Pokemon region that we observed, it was in high-level visual cortex, the part of the brain that's involved in recognizing things like words and faces. It helps us pinpoint which theory of brain organization might be the most responsible for determining how your visual cortex develops from childhood to adulthood.
Basically looking at them at the central vision, and because they were really small, place them in a particular fold of the brain that we know gets input from the central part of your retina or central vision.
So if you look at Pokemon, they're very small and you use your central vision, so they land in a part of the center of your retina, whereas stimuli like this room, for example, go to the periphery of your retina. And so because they have different locations on your retina, they have different locations in your brain. And it turns out that the Pokemon region emerges in a part of your brain that responds to information from the center of your retina. And so that finding suggests that the very way that you look at a visual stimulus, like a Pokemon or words, determines why your brain is organized the way it is. And that's useful going forward because it might suggest that visual deficits like dyslexia or face blindness might result simply from the way you look at stimuli. And so it's a promising future avenue.
That's cool.
Calvin, you can't talk because you didn't play Pokemon when you were a kid.
I mean,
How did you, Aaron?
it's possible.
You never been me. I played Pokemon.
So I
Interesting.
I heard it was cool. I didn't watch it. But I did read some stuff, so I knew a little bit about it. But also like, with your visual cortex, like things that look like, how like sometimes we're watching something, oh, that kind of looks like it'd be a Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same part of the brain, like like it touches that deep connection we have with our childhood of seeing all these Pokemon, remembering them, and then we see something that's like a Pokemon. I mean, if you showed us like 50 different little drawings of animals, like we could probably look at them and go, this would be a Pokemon. This would be a Pokemon. That wouldn't be a Pokemon because it just doesn't have that look.
Mm-hmm.
We can't describe the look. It's just a feeling that we know because of our childhood and playing those games.
I guess I don't understand what the experiment was and what the Pokemon is the control of. What was the experiment?
So
Well,
the
they were-
experiment was they would show people that played Pokemon during those ages and people that didn't images, and then they would scan their brain to see what lit up. As
Yeah.
far as
Sure,
like,
no, I get that. Okay. What's the conclusion? Like what, just certain people that play Pokemon organize their brain a different way
the
because they played it when they were...
conclusion. I'm not sure it would be specific to Pokemon. Like I haven't read the study, but it seems like anything that you would be playing on a Game Boy or nowadays a phone probably. Like
Yeah.
how large it is, how far away it is from your face would be stored differently than like me looking at you here
Yeah.
or something like that. It's kind of what it seems like. But they just use Pokemon because that's something that a lot of people
We
have a shared experience with. That
Sure.
could
yeah, we can
only-
find a group of people who played it and then a group of people who didn't.
Yeah, that would be seen first in that very particular range and device, I would imagine.
Okay. So it could be like anything that you would watch or observe from arm's length, like a movie or a television show or something.
That would be my
If you,
guess.
if you
without
found
reading
enough,
the
if you
study.
found enough people, yeah.
Okay.
But it is interesting of like where, you know, if someone does have trouble recognizing something because it's at a particular distance or because you're seeing it a different way, maybe we can figure out a way to rewire the brain to fix that sort of thing.
Well, then if you see
we
a
know where to
Pokemon-
fix it.
Well,
Yeah.
it's just, if you see a Pokemon from far away, it still activates that part of the brain.
Right.
Where if it's right here.
Because that's where you were first exposed, I guess,
Yes.
and where it's looking through to try and
Yeah.
find.
They also mentioned that it expands, like, the brain's reference to visual cortex as well. So, like,
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like you see something, like, because I read articles or stuff like in the comments about this, right? You know what I mean? And so it's just like what I said earlier, like the reference.
Yeah,
So
it
you can see
expands the
something that
brain's
looks like a
ability.
Pokemon. It's like, oh, that looks
Yeah.
like it'd be a Pokemon. So that's where we get that from.
So what do you do with that?
Well, they're using it for for research to understanding certain
certain
disabilities.
stimuli or
Oh yeah, and like for
Um,
instance, facial blindness and stuff like that.
Well, so yeah, the thought
And
is
dyslexia.
if that is stored somewhere, maybe faces are stored somewhere.
Yeah.
And so,
Well, it's also how it's stored, right? Like the for lack of a better word, like how your brain is formatted, like where you go to like access those memories or those thoughts
right.
can be different. So facial blindness or something like that, like maybe there's a problem, like, you know, that growing age, because the brain isn't fully formed until 25, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe you just have an organizational problem, and that's what
So
the
we
theory
can-
would be
so we
that's what
can-
face blindness would be.
So we can take things like Pokemon or other things and give those to children to hopefully fix like dyslexia or facial blindness.
or
It sounds
or
like
other
they're
stimuli
using-
that is
There's more-
organized in that same
Yeah.
way.
It sounds like they're using Pokemon playing as the control of the experiment. Like,
Yeah.
this is the person that did, and this is the person that didn't, just to
Right.
get, like, you know, that certain age range. You know, they were talking about, like, between 93 and 98 or whatever, you know? So I guess people that are, like, 30 or so.
Well, weren't they saying that like people that played Pokemon had, like, what was they saying about dyslexia? Like people that played Pokemon had less dyslexia or something like that?
Yeah.
So as I was saying, like, could they utilize that to like find something?
Well, it's
to
because of the difference of the way people who played Pokemon and didn't play Pokemon. The people who
Yeah.
played Pokemon have an expanded ability to organize thoughts and stimuli in a way that their brain can
Yeah.
more easily handle.
So
and
it's not
express
a
it,
matter
stuff
of
like
it's not a
that.
matter of like treating dyslexia with it.
it's understanding
no,
it.
yeah, okay. Never
Just understanding like where it comes from and you know what kind of teaching and stuff
Well,
like that could be
what
introduced to a kid at a younger age.
Yeah, what I was saying is like, could you utilize that information then to create devices and activities that they can then do to hopefully prevent and stop it or whatever, not treat it
Madge Brat
because it's
in
too late.
chat,
But
what 10-bit says, I think they hope to use games in future to help stimulate the area of the brain for conditions that have a lack in that area to help. So it's
Okay.
kind of like an exercise.
Well, yeah, and it's
so like
area
if
of your brain.
Pokemon, it's not that like the study is like looking at like with these kids that played Pokemon, they didn't have dyslexia or less of them had dyslexia because of the way that their brain looked at Pokemon, organized it, and did all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
The way it
So
the way
if you
Listen,
can if you can take that and utilize that information and figure out why Pokemon does that, is it because of how many there are? Is it because of the shapes? Is it whatever? Can you take that and create other activities similar to that
Yeah.
you can then give to kids who are around 9 years old, and maybe it helps to program their brain to where it organizes itself in a better manner and can help prevent them from being dyslexic or being facial blindness or having that kind of stuff.
Maybe it sounds an awful lot like there was an app that was very popular a couple years ago. It was supposed to be like mental workouts for your brain by playing these little games.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was called. Like
Brain Age?
The
I don't-
DS had
I-
Brain Age. Back
It
in
was
the
it was
day.
a
it was a-
phone app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like it made all these claims about how like if you do this every morning and stuff,
Increases-
it's like stretching for your brain, and you're
Yeah.
gonna be able to absorb more information, have all these things, and then they ended up doing a double-blind placebo study, and it didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
See, the
just
thing I
playing
wondered too, like,
games.
if you're only looking at, well, these kids play Pokemon, these kids didn't. I was like, well, what else is there that could be similar in
Well,
these kids
like-
that's not in these kids? Or
Like
something,
Red
too?
French Moon says, it would be a lot like chess because you memorize positions, right? So
Yeah.
you're looking at the board, and the way the board is laid out, you have to memorize those different, like, opening,
Yeah.
mid-game, end-game positions.
Like, there could be a lot of other things that maybe they're not looking at that could also be part of this as well. So,
I mean, it's even, like, if you're reading a story or something, like if it has pictures, like that would be at about arm's length. The words themselves would be, but just looking at a word, I doubt would trigger.
Well, because Pokemon, you learn like a system, and you memorize hundreds of things.
About them.
true.
Yeah.
You memorize Pokemon, you
yeah,
memorize
like-
what they evolve into, what they came from, the moves they have, the moves they may be
So
able
that
to
part of
learn,
the brain
moves that
that's-
you can teach them,
Yeah, that part of the
what
brain
they're
that's
weak to, what they're strong against.
Yeah, so the part of the brain that's being lit up in a visual cortex is, it's really igniting.
Yeah.
It's firing
Yeah.
a lot more.
It'd be the
So, like-
same with like fighting games or MOBAs.
Yeah.
too.
If you saw Machoke, like your brain may also open up information of like Machoke. He's this guy. He evolves into here. He came from here. He knows these moves. He can learn these moves. You can train him these moves. Like there's lots of other information that you can be given too. So if it's more of like memorization and organizing that memorization, like Pokemon has a lot of that. But is it strictly that, or is there more that maybe they didn't think to ask questions about and fix too? That
Sure. I mean, yeah, you'd have to read the study
Yeah.
to know
exactly.
for sure for any of that kind of stuff. But
And they were showing pictures of other things too, like what you said, Hey Arnold, and there was Spider-Man on the screen too. Like,
Yeah.
also very well-known, like characters and stuff.
It's at least refreshing, even if it is like a bullshit study, to at least see people trying to do scientific studies for positives from video games.
Yeah.
Because like
Yeah.
growing up, it was all like,
Grand
Hillary
Theft
Clinton
Auto causes
and-
people to kill people.
What was his name? Jack Thompson?
That senator?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
disbarred now and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's him.
Hillary Clinton went
Hillary
after it.
did.
Yeah.
I want to say one of the president-elects.
Those
at
are the
one
two
point.
big ones that I remember.
Maybe Al Gore.
Mhm.
Someone. There was someone else too. I felt like that was like going for president, but he was like against games as
I think it's-
well.
Yeah.
I think I've seen a bunch of them do it, honestly. Like a bunch of senators and stuff. Yeah.
It's an easy thing to target and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's-
And it shouldn't
I mean-
matter, but like one of the students or scientists in that, it's like, well, that looks like a guy that loves Pokemon.
Yeah.
See,
This
Rick,
might be biased.
in that sense of like, because a lot of what I think usually is like, if as long as the kid understands that this is a game, it's not the real world, yada yada, it's okay. So, in that same kind of sense, would you let Eevee play Candyland if she understood that this is a bad game?
Well, it's not a game. First of all, it is an activity in the veneer of a game, and I don't think her small mind is capable yet of separating a game and an activity.
So you don't want the
It's the same
doll-
reason, it's the same reason I won't let her play Minecraft.
So Candyland, like, she's still got to get like 8 or something before she can play that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
The doll's critical thinking. You know?
So, but anyway, yeah. My thing on it, because Melanie's like, well, we can't let them play this game. I'm like, as long as they're getting to the age of understanding this is a game.
Yeah.
But if they start acting out and doing this, and then yeah, I'll take it away. And then, no, that's not how you do it, you know? But
Because
It's not how you play games,
I mean,
Leon.
how old were we when we started playing Grand Theft Auto 3? But I was like, man, I'm going to go get a car, run over some cops, and bang a hooker, and then run her over and take that money back.
Well,
I don't think I was 5, which is what
No.
Eevee is now.
Yeah, I don't think I was 5 either.
No.
But I think I was like 3rd grade, 4th grade. I don't know. When did that come out?
Grand Theft Auto 3.
When did Grand Theft Auto 3
It
come
was
out?
like 2001, wasn't it?
5th grade, maybe?
Yeah, it was. I think I was like right.
I
like
know I
beginning.
wasn't-
I was like middle school or beginning middle school.
I know I wasn't
October
7
22nd, 2001.
I know I wasn't 17.
So like
October.
that'd been 8th grade, for me.
Yeah. So, junior high age, which I would let her play those kind of things at junior high.
Yeah.
I'd have been like 11 or 12.
Yeah.
It's probably 12. I've probably been 12. October.
But like, for 5 years, Maggie and I have curated like very carefully what we watch, the kind of video games I play, because, we want her to be with us and involved and stuff.
Yeah.
But our patience has been wearing a little thin, so we started watching Monk with her, which isn't that bad, but it still has like murders and stuff.
Yeah.
She loves it.
The murder? No, I'm just kidding.
She loves it.
Well, the idea is
Her
'cause
favorite part's the beginning when someone dies.
And she understands, like, oh,
yeah.
it's just pretend.
yeah, well, that's a
Yeah.
funny. I mean, because there's a lot of studies show that exposure to violence will desensitize us.
Yeah.
But the argument to violence, which I guess I understand like why you don't want that, but people are making a case that if you're desensitized to violence, you're more likely to do the violence.
Right.
Which
Yeah.
Which isn't.
the study doesn't. There's no studies to
No.
support that. If they did, I would take
Sure.
an honest look at it. I'd still play video games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
it's also an
I would
issue.
take an honest look at it for my kids.
Yeah, it's also an issue of like understanding and being aware of violence.
Yeah.
If you don't know what violence looks like, you might misinterpret it or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know times working at GameStop and stuff, and there'd be some guy who was like, I don't know, it was like a 16-year-old and his mom's buying, and it was like, all right, just want to let you know, Grand Theft Auto has nudity, violence.
You have to say that to them?
Yeah, I gotta let them know.
Yeah.
Because they're buying for an underage person, just to let them know. Every mature rated game, you almost always had to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then there would be other times whenever they were buying it for like their 8-year-old, and I'd be like, okay. Like sometimes it wouldn't be. It varied on the game, because some M-rated games aren't as bad as some other M-rated games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's a big spectrum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there'd be some times where I'd be like,
genuinely probably don't deserve
Yeah.
the M rating. But
it'd be like, all right, well, here's this, And there'd be other times I'm like, all right, this is, Grand Theft Auto or whatever it was. There's nudity. You can go to strip clubs. I would go more in depth with what all because like they were
Yeah.
buying it for like an 8-year-old or something.
Yeah.
You can shoot people. They can die. You can
Yeah.
bang a hooker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can go get a bloat. Like I might not say all that exactly, but you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Like I would go a little
Well-
bit more in depth of like what there is, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right.
And,
it's on you. Like it's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's your kid, but I just want to make sure that they are informed, because sometimes parents, it's a game. It'd be fine. It's for my
Yeah.
kid.
Yeah.
They're not
Some
gonna make a game that's
not all-
bad for kids.
Yeah, not all games are for kids.
Yeah.
You know?
And if they're responsible parents, like if you're playing with them, you can guide them in an experience
Mm-hmm.
that makes it friendly for them as well.
Yeah. Well,
Like I've seen people play Grand Theft Auto following all traffic laws.
Yeah, I was gonna
and,
say, like,
Yeah.
it's a red light, better stop.
Yeah.
Slow down. Okay, now you can go. Slow down. The cops will pull you over if you're gonna break the law. Now it's just a sim. It's a simulator
Yeah.
at that
Yeah.
point. Stay out of the gang territory. Come back this way.
when I was real young, the only like bad, because I remember buying violent video games, like, and then they passed a law or whatever where they started enforcing the current law that you had to have an adult for a mature game. And I remember going and buying these games, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then I remember going to Walmart to get Resident Evil 3, and they wouldn't let me buy it. I'm like, what the hell? So my dad had to buy it, and he was asking questions about what kind of game is this, But like, it's weird because before Grand Theft Auto came out with the PlayStation, well,
2.
yeah, Grand Theft Auto 3 came out. Yeah. Grand Theft Auto 2 and Grand Theft Auto 1, they weren't that bad they just
No.
didn't feel as bad because they were overhead and
Yeah.
the violence was very cartoony.
Mhm.
And then they added this realism. It's like, oh, okay, I see why this is bad,
Yeah, I mean, games weren't capable of being realistic.
Yeah.
But people still freaked out about it. Like people freaked out about like Death Race 2000 or whatever, that arcade game that looks
Oh,
like an
yeah.
Atari game where you run over stick figures. Night Trap.
That's crazy to think about now,
Yeah.
Because I feel like it just doesn't stimulate any part of the brain that would make me think of violence.
Yeah.
But that's the argument. It's like, oh, you see, you're desensitized, motherfucker. Yeah.
then you tell them, it's like, no, that's not violence. This is violence.
Yeah.
So, do you guys think? And I admittedly haven't played Minecraft in a while since it was bought by Microsoft. But do you guys think Minecraft is a video game?
Yes.
Yeah.
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 What about The Sims?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially now.
I guess so. What's the other option?
Well, to me, a game has to have a goal.
Yeah.
What about like a?
If it doesn't, then
Well-
then it's an activity.
Minecraft does have a goal. Like there's the idea of like you build down, you get to the Ender world, you fight the Ender dragon, and then you've beaten the game.
Yeah, you get together as a group and you survive. Like Maokai.
But they also have just the survival aspect of it, and they have the creative aspect of it,
Yeah,
where you
sure.
can just go and just do stuff, and it doesn't matter.
yeah, there's like DLC now where there's a story mode too.
Yeah.
But
And-
like Maokai, he goes online. Like
And there's like role playing servers and stuff too.
yeah, he goes online and looks up how to like he'll take like Joy's phone or my phone and he'll look up like walkthroughs how to build these crazy buildings.
Yeah, but
and he builds them. Like so it's like a goal he has to like build like a town. I'm like I walk up there, I'm looking at everything he builds. I can't believe how good this looks.
Yeah.
You know? He
Well,
built a subway.
what Rick's saying though too, like he could go and he could get a picture from one line of how to build his Legos to make this cool thing. Is that a video game? You know,
Or a
is
game.
or is it more just a is
Or
an
is it an
activity, a
activity?
game or whatever?
Yeah.
I kind of get what you mean, but I do know that there's a goal story of like building up to defeat this Ender Dragon boss guy, and that's the end of it.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
I never got that far in Minecraft before I lost interest.
Yeah.
But
I guess I don't
but
know.
like-
I think of it like being like it's a toy you play on a computer. It's a video game.
Does
Yeah.
it tell you in the game, like, okay, here's start,
I don't.
find this dragon, kill it?
I don't remember. I know like if you start off in like a survival, it starts you in your own little tutorial kind of area, and it tells you what to do, and it continues going, you know, up into a point. I never played through. I'd let the kids play through it, but I would imagine so. I mean, I know like Terraria I played a good bit of, and it didn't really hold your hand.
Yeah.
But there are many bosses that you can learn of, defeat, and then once you beat those ones, then it changes the world, and it continues going with more stuff too. So I mean, it's kind of in the same sense of that, but there are
Yeah.
kind of goals of
Yeah, there's
defeating
goals.
these
They're
bosses,
not just defined.
but they may also kind of not be like super like here you go, I'm this guy. But like
yeah, there's
if-
no quest markers. Or
whenever
anything for
you
it,
whenever
but-
you start, you go when you start exploring, you'll find the dungeon, and then you find this guy to the dungeon, and then he turns into a boss, and then you beat him, and then you explore that dungeon, and then you find stuff in there that might tell you something and information of continuing on. So it's not like hold your hand, here's the answers kind of thing.
Sure.
But I think that at least for Terraria that I played more of, it had a little bit more room in it as far as like
Yeah.
here's what you should do. It was more of like, here, you start in this, explore. And there's like a little guide that would be like, build a house to keep you safe from monsters at night because they're dangerous and they'll kill you.
Yeah.
You know, like it had that in the beginning, and then it's just like, all right, go explore. And then as you explore, then you find more things to do.
Like, there's also like a level of skill too, because one person can play Minecraft better than another person in terms of building things, how they,
Well, it's
they
the
get
same
those
with-
resources, all that
Yeah.
stuff.
A yo-yo, but I wouldn't call a yo-yo a game either. Like a yo-yo takes skill to use. Like for me, my definition would be an activity with a defined goal that requires player agency.
Build
Is,
things.
is how I would.
Well, because
define a game.
Minecraft literally has a story mode now. Yeah, I mean, but what was the other game you talked about?
Sims.
Like The Sims.
Like
Don't they have story modes as well now?
I mean, they might now. I haven't played one since the first one.
Yeah, I think they have like a campaign.
I would still have a game because, like, you know, you definitely have goals in that. I think.
I mean, the story mode for that was like a simulator of your life. You go in, you have to start a job, you progress your job.
Yeah.
you
It's not a
keep
game
doing
I
that.
like, but I think it's a
Um,
game.
I'm pretty sure whenever I played before, like there was like an end, but there was also an option of like, I don't want to end, I just want to play.
Sure.
And like because like then you could
Well, it's
toss
the
in
same
like,
with Civilization. Like you can go to the goal or you can keep playing.
yeah. So I
after it's
think
done.
that had it set up like that where like there was an end to it, but you could continue going and you can make a city with all your friends and then they interact and stuff and you can go Danny and you call them, come on over,
Yeah.
have a pizza.
But like I love Dwarf Fortress, and I wouldn't call that a game, at least not since the last time I played it, because it doesn't have a goal. Like it's just you will die eventually, and that's when the game is over.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of live as long as you can. But there's no real way to track that necessarily. I mean, you know, you can say I lived this many days, but it doesn't compare. It doesn't have like a leaderboard of.
Yeah, but I mean, some games would be like Pong. Like Pong doesn't tell you, all right, get enough points, but when it starts up, it's like the ball starts going.
Sure.
And you're like, oh, this is what I do.
Yeah.
And I keep it from going off the screen.
And the game ends at 11.
Yeah, and you kind of learn what to do with that, but it doesn't
Sure.
hold your hand as far as what to do. I think some games like Minecraft kind of have that where maybe it doesn't hold your hand and tell you everything to do, but there is kind of an end goal that you can work towards.
Did you play? Oh, what is the name of it? It's the game where you're walking around the house. Like you get to this house, you're a teenage girl, your family isn't home.
Something Alone
Yeah. What is the name of that game?
is an indie game, won a bunch of awards.
Yeah, and it's great. I love it, but I wouldn't call that a video game necessarily because you're just kind of experiencing the story
Yeah, I
in a
think it-
semi-interactive environment.
I think just the definition of video game might be expanding. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah, it might be that it's a video game, but it needs a different kind of genre, you know? Because it's
Yeah.
still, when I consider a game, I think of
Gone
like,
Home.
What's
Gone
the difference between a video and a video game? Well, it's that agency. It's being able to interact with it. You
Sure.
know? So
Well, I mean, it just like
I guess I would have like a really broad term for video game.
a lot of sports scientists, like a lot of like legitimate, like respected sports scientists don't consider golf a sport. They say this is a game. This game takes skill, but it's not a sport. And this is the reason why. And I've read like papers. I'm like, oh damn. Like I don't play golf either, but you know it's interesting.
Yeah, but yeah. I think there are like different levels. There's like visual novels and things like that. I wonder what a better term would be. than like video game, or if there is a better term, if video game does the job.
Ad's undead, you're credited for Gone Home. He's like, credit me, because I read it on his God, he's like all caps. You're credited.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Just something I wonder about, because like a lot of Maggie's favorite games are survival games,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and a lot of those I like. Well, okay, like I understand why it's enjoyable, but I would not call it a game either, because like some of them definitely have ends.
Yeah,
I suppose.
they
But
do.
a lot of them is just play until you die, or until you want to start over, or something like that.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
I think
I-
there's been some of those I've played. 7 Days to Die, I think, is one that I've played where like
Yeah.
I don't know of an end. There
Yeah.
may be one, but there's other ones I played like The Forest, where you go and you build up this like camp and stuff. But the goal of that is also like in the very beginning, you know, your son gets taken, your son goes missing, right? You got to figure out where he is. So the goal of that is to try to find your son and figure out the mystery of what's going on there. So
Yeah.
there is an end to that, but it's also survival, and you don't have a time limit of how long you got to find him.
Sure.
You can go as long as you want, which is, you know, you kind of have the same thing in like Skyrim. Like you have goals, but you could also spend as long as you want just doing
Side quests.
anything else.
Yeah.
Sure.
But I don't think that detracts from it being a video game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not saying any of those are bad either.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I wouldn't consider it a game necessarily.
Now, Rick, what's that game that you and I played together? It's by Freebird Games.
Oh,
It was like won all these awards.
yeah. Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. It's the sequel, or it's by the same people who made that.
No, that's not what I was talking about, but that's a good game. I believe that's a game.
Wait.
No, this is like, it was used with RPG Maker, and it's about the scientists that go.
Oh,
It's by Freebird Games. and
something moon. To the moon.
To the moon.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
Yeah. It's like Gone Home. You know, it's
Because it won a bunch of Game of Year awards, but I get what you say. Like it plays. It's a story you interact with.
Yeah.
Using a, yeah.
which I think is a great way to tell a story.
Yeah.
And like I would call that an interactive
Because
story.
I cried.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, when I played
Yeah.
that. dude.
No, it's a fantastic piece of art.
Yeah.
I think.
The Passage, I think is what it was called, right? That
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Yeah, the
I
Passage is a really
played-
good one as
never-
well.
Never played that. No.
But yeah, I would almost change the genre to like interactive art, maybe, rather than like video game, because I think that might help it.
So when you're at Applebee's and you sit there and they have those little fucking games, is that interactive art to you? You put that in the same level?
What little game?
Like
Candy
the-
Crush.
like the
Oh,
menus.
like the apps?
Yeah. It's like $1.
I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, those are like just get high score, right?
Sounds like
Yeah.
something like when I was a kid, I get in trouble for like playing late at night. My mom would come in, and be like, "Eric, get off your game." It's like, it's not a game, Mom. It's interactive art.
Yeah.
This is culture.
If I said to my dad, he'd start beating the hell out of me. Interactive art.
Wouldn't you want Metal Gear Solid to be interactive art?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
See, so now you're putting the things that are video games higher, lower. I don't know.
Well,
No,
but
he's saying they're different. He's not saying they're bad.
yeah. I mean, it's the same with like. You
so
know,
is every video game interactive
I will go to
art?
a museum and see something of like, that's not art, but who am I to say?
But it is.
You know?
Yeah. You're just.
Yeah. You know, is
Yeah.
Candy Crush art?
So-
Sure.
So would it be like every video game is interactive art, but not every interactive art is video games?
exactly.
Oh.
It would be exactly like that.
Dang, shit.
That was.
I know. I keep coughing.
Well, you should cough away from them. Yeah, that's better. I keep hearing. I don't know if it's me, but I keep hearing like a squeaky noise, like nose,
Like a whistling.
like a whistle. Yeah, I don't know whose nose is whistling. I keep just hearing like a. Shane, that's just you whistling.
Rick, you love arcade games that have no story you follow. What about them? It doesn't matter about the story. It matters about the goal. The goal in that is to get the highest score, and it's trackable in the high score table.
So that makes it a video game.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's observable and measurable.
Well, in that
Yeah.
case, then like Minecraft does. I think Sims does then too. Like there's a goal of like reaching to the end and making the max of your career and everything. So I think a lot of those games have that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because it tracks your progress. It tracks
And
what you've done. Tracks
even in
what
that
you've
sense,
killed.
the Passage has a max score goal as well.
The Passage does have a score.
Has a score counter. So like even that one there that I would consider maybe not as video gamey as most video games because there's not as much to it and it's very artistic in its design. Would be more of a video game than maybe others.
Yeah.
But
If just scoring is the video game, though, 'cause remember that you ever do that thing when you were a kid and you had a calculator and you do like 1 + 1, you keep hitting the equal button.
Yeah.
See how far you can get before the end of class.
Yeah.
It's a game.
no,
And
Sounds
keep a
dumb.
It's a
score.
bad game.
I just always put. Was it 4004S or something? What was it?
40
Remember that?
408.
Yeah, that's what it was. Remember
Five.
that? You turn it over and like moves.
You win. Game over.
No, I remember on the calculators that damn fucking ball game. Remember that ball? It was a ball that had to fall through the holes of the cracks.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone just trying to get the highest score. I remember we were all counting who had the highest score in high
Did
school.
you guys ever have the calculator that you press the button and it would like flip up and then do this?
Oh, yeah.
You remember those things?
Yeah,
It was
I remember
awesome.
those.
It was like spacious, like you're a secret agent.
It was great.
And then you'd have like races like with your buddy and see like who's would do it first because it would be like
Spray a bunch of WD-40 on it. Yeah.
those were great.
Everyone started putting 58008
They did.
in the chat.
Oops.
All right, let's read some of these redemptions and
Okay.
so on and so forth, and we'll have to get Detective Pikachu before too long.
Yep.
Yeah.
What time does it start?
Detective Pikachu.
Like 6:45, something like
Oh,
that.
wow, okay.
All right. Scroll down to the bottom.
Oh no! Why does CNET tell me delete is not really delete?
Lano Games subscribed for 15 months.
Oh,
Thank you, Lano.
Thank you, Lana.
Lano.
AOJ Batman gifted 3 subscriptions.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. Thank you for the sub.
Thank you.
From
Subs.
Iraq subscribed for 8 months.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Top Screen 100 bits.
Thank you.
Thank you, Top Screen.
Hilding 250 bits. Well, look at that. It's your weekly loving.
Hey.
I love,
Thank you, Hilding.
I love a weekly loving. I need to get that scheduled.
Broke High Man subscribed 19 months.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Broke
Thank you,
high,
man.
Mickle 346 100 bits. Thank you for doing the League of Legends stream. It's really cool. It's a really cool different thing. Can we expect any more in the future?
I haven't played that in a long time. I think it's a really fun game with friends and stuff. Like I just remember playing with buddies and you keep trying to win or playing against other people. So if I get a chance, maybe I'll try to play League like online.
The games can take a long time.
With community. It can. There's also 3v3s. There's also ARAMs, which
Yeah.
ARAMs are fun. Like you just get a
I love
random
ARAMs,
character.
yeah.
You don't know who you're gonna get. They don't know who they're gonna get. You just play on one lane. You're all in the same lane together. There's no jungle. There's no nothing.
The reason it's called ARAM is because it stands for all random, all mid.
Back in the day, you used to still
Middle
have the
lane.
3-lane map, and people were just like, "All right, guys, ARAM." And you just hit random, and everyone would just go to the middle, and you just fight in the middle.
Yeah.
And you just ignore the top and the bottom. So they just made a map specifically for that. So even running some ARAMs with people would be fun.
Chet said I missed the memes again. I purposely didn't get them because I saw they were from last week, and I was like, oh, Aaron would have got them.
I don't remember any memes from last week.
So I'll get them next week.
Yeah, I think because we didn't have as much time, we didn't go through the channel or anything.
Was it last? It wasn't last week. Week before, right? Was it last week
Last week, Rick wasn't here.
that you weren't
right?
here?
Yeah.
I don't remember what happened last week. I swear I went through all of the Discord live podcast section though, to the bottom. Are you sure they were from last week?
Yeah.
I saw some new memes of Calvin looking at
Calvin
art.
pointing at the wall. I assume that's what they're talking about.
Yeah,
But
I
we
thought
did
that was
see
interesting.
the Aaron says the alphabet,
Yeah,
which is amazing.
we did that first thing. So
SSJ My Sticks subscribed.
thank you for the subscription.
Chosen Jason subscribed for 7 months.
Hey, thank you, Chosen.
Yeah, I knew it.
Jason.
Thank you, Garrick Loran. Blind Wave, they got made after the podcast last week. Rick trying to throw me under the bus as if he's doing everything right.
Oh. It said last Monday
Thank you so much.
when I was looking.
You mean like Monday, like 4 days ago?
It said last Monday.
Maybe that's what that means. Last
Maybe-
Monday would have been last Monday.
Maybe that is what that means.
That's what that means. Because it's been within a week.
My bad.
I was like, dang it, I messed up. What? You're just blaming me, taking the credit.
Call to Robin, 100 bits. Poop stories are back.
Yeah.
Do we have a poop story?
We
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Madge Brat cheered 100 bits. Aaron is my hero avenging the red mailbag. The Normie's bathroom will never be the same. Jen Alice gifted a sub to Freaked Loki. Freaked Loki gifted a sub to Jen Alice.
Oh,
Oh.
wow. I'm still looking forward to Lightly Toasted with Rana number 4.
Yeah?
Yeah, okay, I keep waiting for that to come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No reason, but when it comes out, I'll talk
You'll be
about
extremely lucky if that pans out for
it.
you.
Yeah, I'll talk about it when that comes out. Hopefully it comes out soon. I don't know when they're doing it, so.
Oni-chan Productions subscribed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The Plutonics subscribed for 11 months.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Phenom Taker subscribed for 23 months. Almost 2 years.
Almost.
Skinner 18 subscribed for 2 months in a row. 2 months. Keep up the good work.
Yeah,
Thank you.
The Dr. Robotussin has subscribed for 11 months in a row.
That's almost a year.
Thank you, Tussin. Thank you.
Do when you get to the end of the month, he just puts water in there, shakes it up. More
More
Tussin.
Tussin.
Love the content, guys. You guys are a true diamond in the dirt and deserve more. Keep up the amazing work. Looking forward to the 1-year badge.
Oh, thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
We need to make a 2-year badge.
We need to make more
Yeah,
emotes
we
too.
do.
To be honest, we need to make better badges than the ones I threw together.
Yeah. All right.
Shane, get in touch with your Bangladeshian.
Or top,
Okay.
or top screen.
Or top screen. Top screen. Does good work.
Yung badge.
Tell him to stop sending in 100 bits. Tell him to send in badges.
Yung badge 88 subscribed for 16 months in a row.
Thank you, Yung Badge.
Thank you very much.
God tipped $1
Oh,
Thank you,
Thank
God.
God. Thank God.
Thank God.
saying, please watch One Punch Man Season 2. We will when the dub comes out.
Thanks for
And-
giving those men wind.
And upload Mob Psycho faster.
Okay.
Well,
I
goes as
defy you,
fast
God.
We will definitely do the first one.
Yeah, eventually.
Which that's like in 19 days, I think.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
something like that.
Madge Brat cheered 10 bits. Eric, I think. I read this before, but about them using games to stimulate areas of the brain.
Sure.
Okay.
Aramaic, 95 bits. Did you guys talk about the new Ghost Rider show last week?
A
We
little
did
bit.
a
Yeah.
little bit, yeah.
I mean, there wasn't. I don't think there was a ton of information about it, but we
No.
talked about it.
Yeah.
What was that?
What we knew, we talked about. Thank you, Aramaic.
Just curious on the guys' thoughts on that and Hellstorm on Hulu. Left article in Discord spot.
Very cool.
Okay.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Any-
One who decides.
Sorry.
Anything Peterson subscribed for 10 months in a row.
Thank you, anything. Peterson.
Dip602 subscribed for 16 months in a row at tier 2.
Dip.
Woo! 16 months. Thanks for being so awesome and for all the new content. Super excited for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Thank
I saw
you.
AOS and I was going through all the animes in my head. I was like, which anime is this? Which anime is this? Which anime is this?
Yeah, that comes out tomorrow night. Me and Aaron are going to try. I mean, generally we leave on Fridays. We don't get back until Monday. So don't be surprised if throughout the season you're seeing those Monday evenings
Yeah.
rather than Friday or Saturday mornings.
We'll get what we can,
But
and then
we're
also
gonna do what we can.
It's gonna be coming out during E3, where we're
Yeah.
gonna be gone. It's gonna be wonky during that time, so we'll do the best we can to cover it as soon as we can.
Yep.
I mean, him and I are both excited for it. So.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Love Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I mean, you realize whenever we hesitated that, like, which better, that or Black Sails?
Yeah.
We're like,
Now I realize.
You're like,
Now
oh,
I'm like,
damn.
I got to catch up on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
I guess. Got to binge that like I did Ruby.
Right.
Getting the reaction. I'm excited for Stranger Things 3 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see 2 yet?
I started it.
Oh shit!
Stranger
What episode are you
Things
on?
3? That comes out kind of soon, doesn't it?
It does
Yeah,
soon.
the second
July
one.
4th, right?
July. I
Alright,
think.
Looking forward to hear your review.
Some kid who does
July
stuff.
4th?
Tier 12 bits.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kid who does.
And finally, that indie guy geek subscribed for 3 months in a row.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
indie guy.
Indie guy.
2 redemptions. Are all the slaps from here waiting?
Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom, so.
There's only one.
We'll wait.
It's okay. We'll wait. Yeah.
Actually, no, there isn't any. This is for Calvin's stream.
Oh.
Calvin be slapped by Lucas.
Oh.
By Lucas.
Did you do that one or not?
I think so.
All right.
I seem to remember him slapping me.
Well, that is
I
all
will
then.
prove it.
I need to go to the bathroom, so.
All right.
We're done.
Thanks, guys.
Bye,
Guys, thank you. Much
Thank you,
love.
next week.
everyone.
While you go,
Bye.
turn off the.
Thank you for Townhouse Street Stream.
Yeah,
Mics.
thank you, Brendan, and thank you. I'm sorry, who was the other gentleman or young lady?
The Baba.
No,
We got the Papa John's.
Cody.
Oh,
Cody, yeah.
Cody.
Thank you,
Awesome.
Cody.
Thank you,
Thank
Cody,
you.
and thank you to Bob as well.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. We appreciate it. Thank
Bye.
you so much.
yeah. Stick around. Keep an eye out for our Detective Pikachu review.
Yep.
It will be up soon, and we'll be
Later.
streaming tomorrow at 3 p.m.
Eastern Standard Time.
Standard Time.
Goodbye. Bye.
Bye.